Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back here to Storm King's Thunder, episode 17. We are live right here at the Proficiency Bonus Twitch channel. We're so glad that you are joining us. For those of you that are watching later on YouTube, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of some Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition. We just got a few quick shout outs to throw out there. We'd like to put a quick shout out to Team MZ for all of their support of small streamers like us. If you need to see, if you're a small streamer just like us and you want more information on how to get involved in this community, make sure you check them out on Twitter and Facebook and all their wonderful social media outlets. I also want to throw out a big shout out to Many Sided Dice. They have a magic item compendium for 5th edition, The Lost Artifacts of Greygas. It's absolutely amazing. Make sure you go ahead and check that out. I think we've got a link set up in our Twitch chat that enables you to get a discount for being a viewer or follower of this channel. So we want to thank Many Sided Dice for partnering up with us on that. Also want to thank Nightshade Creations for partnering with us. They make some really cool dice trays and dice towers and things like that. So make sure you go to Nightshade Creations, their website. They're on Twitter. They're on Facebook. Check them out and support them as well. So tonight we've got an exciting episode. I'm sporting my Chewbacca onesie as we are all excited about the new Star Wars movie. And I'm going to take you guys over to the cast so you guys can see everybody in their awesome costumes that we've got tonight. We've got Matthew sporting the awesome Star Wars pajamas. It looks like JJ's got some kind of stormtrooper on his shirt. He's rocking it. Oh, he's got the lightsaber too. And we've got Han Solo back there, frozen in carbonite. Those of you who are fans and have been watching the stream for a while, he's had that for quite a while. You guys have probably already seen that before. We've got MG sporting his Sith attire, and Christy looks absolutely stunning with that awesome Sith paint that she's got going on. So we're so glad that you have joined
Always
us.
two there are.
Always two, that's right.
Question is, which one are you, the master or the apprentice?
I'm probably the apprentice.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. JJ, did you have that Lost Artifacts of Greygas handy with you?
It's in another room at the moment.
It's in another room at the moment. Okay, he's not. At least he's not using it to hold up his webcam tonight. So yeah, there. So we're excited about the new movie. A couple of us have already seen it, and a couple of us are keeping our mouth shut so that Michael can go see it on Monday.
Unless your character gets combusted.
That's it.
Just wait until you see the scene where RoboCop throws Mufasa into the blender.
God damn it.
Yeah, I was saying before, when Han Solo comes back as a Force ghost and takes down the First Order, that was my favorite moment in the movie.
You're killing me. Absolutely killing me. So thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to get some music going on here. Let's get some music playing here. Let's have some winter music. Let's put that on there. There we go. Some wintry sounding music. So last time that we were together, the group was still traveling on Zephyros' cloud tower with the cloud giant mage. And as they were traveling, they thwarted the attack of a group of evil cultists. After that, they were visited last week by a large silver dragon with a group of dwarves in tow who were a strike team from the Lord's Alliance that were sent to disable cloud giant strongholds. Basically, their goal was to go into the cloud giant tower and destroy the navigation orb that enables these cloud towers to be navigated and move across the sky. Due to Diana's wonderful persuasion that she seems to bust out every single time, she was able to convince the dragon that the giant Zephyros meant no harm to anyone. and was able to convince the dragon and dwarves to go ahead and make their way, in which they did. Beforehand, they were Diana was also able to ask the giant for future, or excuse me, ask the dragon for future aid. So we ended the episode with the dragon leaving with all of the dwarves in tow, still seeking out their mission to look for more cloud giant strongholds to dismantle them and disable them from doing any more harm to the small folk below. And as we ended our episode last week, the cloud giant tower of Zephyros was just breaking through the misty fog that surrounded Bryn Shander, the location that they've been traveling to for the last 26 days. But right before we got to Bryn Shander, do we still have a JJ? He dropped out of my browser for some reason.
Yeah, I think he dropped out.
Well, it appears we have lost him once more.
Discord was acting up for a minute there, so it might have been Discord.
Might have been Discord.
Oh yeah, I thought it was just
Yeah.
me.
No,
there
he's
he
in
is.
Discord.
There he is. All
I
right.
hear JJ's Force Ghost.
JJ's Force Ghost is with us.
Yeah.
There he is. He popped back up now. I've got him. So before arriving at Bryn Shander, Moby wanted to. He was having some conversations with several of the party members. He spent some time, if you guys recall, 2 weeks ago, spending some time talking to Lachlan in detail about not only Lachlan's decisions, but some of the decisions that Moby has made himself. So, Moby, you have Callista and you have Mulfin. Which conversation would you like to kind of drift us back to as we get into tonight's episode?
No, sorry. Family first.
Family first, you got So take us back a few days before your arrival at Bryn Shander. You are able to catch Mulfin at a time where he's taking a break from practicing with his stilts. Take us back, Moby.
Mulfin, are you busy at the moment? I mean, you look a little bit busy.
Well, I can spare some time. What seems to be the problem, my boy?
Oh, no problem. Just a couple of things on my mind. One, what's the deal with this cloak that you gave me?
Oh, yes, that is, Lachlan and I found that in... Oh, what was that goblin's name, huh? Gum, Diana's cousin, niece, or whatever she is.
Yes, Gum. I believe that was it.
Yes.
Yep.
We found this in a chest in the cave. Michael, forgive me. I did do identify on that, correct? So I am familiar with it.
Yes.
Okay. It's called the Cloak of the Manta Ray. It will aid you in breathing underwater, where you spent so much time while we were at Nightstone with your head 6 feet underwater. I figured upon finding it would probably be best for you to have this.
I don't remember any of that, but thank you.
Well, of course you wouldn't. You were unconscious and drowning. That's why you need the cloak.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And make sure it won't go to waste.
And make sure to thank Lachlan. He's the one who pulled you out of there.
Wait, there are a lot of layers to that statement. That means he's going to end up at the bottom of a moat again.
Probably.
It's gonna happen sooner or later. Just another thing, quickly. Well, a few more things actually. One, I didn't know you could speak giant, and two, I didn't know that I could speak giant either, because I could understand what you were saying.
Well, have you studied the language? Spent much time in libraries? Do not know how you would...
No.
Oh, this is most intriguing. Do you have a couple of moments for me to do a quick check of you?
Okay. And I kind of stand like I'm at an airport getting,
Wolfen is going to take about 10 minutes and cast Detect Magic as a ritual. And see if there's
God, it is
anything
like an
magical. See if there's anything magical going on in Moby's head.
Moby, do you have any magic items on you or anything like that? I
got the cloak.
You got the cloak. Yeah. You get a lot of magic resonating from that cloak. I'm not. I don't really sure. Other than that, if you would get anything magical from Moby, unless Moby, you've got something that he would probably pick up on.
I got a weird raven on my shoulder.
Yeah. I don't know if that would that constitute.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't think it would though.
I don't know. It says any that bears magic, but I don't know if a familiar would qualify as that.
That's a good question. We may have to go back to that,
Yeah,
Matthew.
no worries.
I'll have to do a little bit of research on that to figure out exactly how that fits in.
I'm not getting anything from in your skull, so you must have learned it somewhere.
Well, needless to say, I was a little shocked when I knew everything that you were saying. It's worrying. It is worrying.
I don't think so. I don't believe I said anything out of place.
No, the fact that I know the language is it
Oh,
seems weird.
well, yes,
Anyway,
you
I
haven't
won't
done
bore
any
you
studying,
with this stuff.
Both of you, can you both make intelligence checks for me?
Oh, certainly.
Oh.
I better beat him.
Moby, even though you're kind of acting as if that you're not sure exactly 100% why it is that you can understand the giant language, and this connection with this raven is kind of baffled you a little bit. You probably know a little bit more than the rest of the group, but you think there might be some connections with what Zephyros is telling you about being the chosen ones. And you think there might be a connection between that and why it is that you can understand when Molfen uses the giant language and when you can understand Zephyros. There might be a connection there.
I'm just thinking about it as he's, running the little metal detector.
Just all over his face.
And look, I know you're busy, learning your whatever those things are, long wooden legs. I don't have a better name for them, but I know you like to tinker a little bit, and I was wondering if you could teach me how to tinker.
I am certain I did not think to bring any supplies with me, but we are heading to a town or village or whatever this is. We should be able to obtain something there, and definitely show you some tricks of the trade, so to speak.
Oh, wonderful! I've always wanted to learn, but
from what I hear, you may not need the aid, as our friend Mr. Oh, what was his name? Gold Dust? Oh, if it was Miyagi, fine. I do not remember. But he gave me these wonderful Team Too Tall shoes. So, you and Lachlan seem to do quite well fixing his mechanical flying machine.
I mean, I think it was mostly Lachlan just taking stuff out. I mean, there was a lot of junk in that thing.
Yes, and I noticed a rather large amount of grease as well.
Oh yeah, that probably helped too.
You troll. God damn it, Matthew.
Yeah, I've determined today that it's no longer if Muffin is going to cast the grease spell. It's when
It's when.
Muffin will cast the grease spell.
I have a goal once per session, at least.
Oh no.
Oh boy, we're all in trouble.
So thanks. I've always wanted to learn, but no one, especially, my side of the family. They're not the smartest bunch.
Well, they may not be the most learned individuals, but they are good, honest folk, usually. As
Yeah, usually.
seen as you trying to get Lachlan out here and out into the world a little bit more than he has been.
Yeah, I hope it'll be good for him. I mean, I have my doubts at the moment, but
Why, he seems to be
Yeah,
making
but-
friends with people, and
oh yeah, that's not that I'm worried about. It's all the violence that has surrounded us since we've taken out on this trip. That's what I'm more concerned about.
we have the two tall ones with us. As long as we stand and let them be in front of us, hopefully we should be able to avoid the brunt of any damage. We gnomes are small creatures. If we stay out of the way, we should be safe.
For the most part, I just wouldn't want to have it on my head that going back and telling his parents that something happened to him, or I couldn't bear that. I don't think I'm ready for that kind of thing.
No, that will not come to pass. Lachlan will long outlive us both.
Well, let's hope so. All right, thank you. So we'll look for those tools when we touch down finally.
Yes, it
'Cause I've always
should
wanted
be.
to
I think
learn.
it's only a few more days if I remember what our generous host was saying.
Well, the cabin fever is setting in.
Yeah, while you guys were talking about Lachlan, he was over there like beating his head off of the wall because he's so bored, and he's saying, it's like I gotta get off of this.
And, this is happening in the past, correct?
Yes, yeah, this was a few days
Retcon.
prior. Yeah,
Beautiful.
we're going to be
As
doing
we're-
a few flashbacks during this this session tonight. So
As we're watching this for a few moments, reach over, tap movie. This would be most entertaining.
Gonna
Right under his feet. Right as he bangs his head to the wall, just right underneath him.
is that to Lachlan or Moby?
Lachlan.
Lachlan, go ahead and make a dexterity save for us.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Well, that should be a good strong point.
Yeah, actually, that's what we'll say, right?
Not good enough.
Not good enough.
Oh!
Yeah, Lachlan, as you're pacing really bored, all of a sudden you are now on your backside in a puddle of grease, and you know exactly where it came from.
You see these tiny little old doubled over little old man laughing.
As he's doubled over, a mage hand comes up and kind of like Three Stooges him on the chin,
There
like,
you go. Just snaps you right. Awesome. Callista, you can hear all this nonsense going on downstairs as you're upstairs, continuing to bond with the young Griffin, with Diana as you guys are upstairs. Over the last couple days, Zephyros has been chatting with you both. He's showing a little bit of concern because he knows that you guys are getting close to your destination. And he knows the deal he made Diana about allowing you guys to take the Griffins as kind of like a gift for you guys helping him out and getting rid of all the vultures and just the dangerous things that have been coming about while you guys were traveling. He's concerned that you guys have determined that the mother of the two was the one that was killed. But
Poor baby.
but the father and what are basically two brothers of a previous of a you don't call it a litter.
Hatchling. Like previous hatch.
Previous
previous hatch.
previous hatching.
Yeah.
He doesn't
that's
feel that they're going to be extremely happy about you taking the babies.
Mhm.
And he's worried that they may attack if something is not done or there isn't some solution or some distraction or something that enables you guys to take the griffins away from them. So he's kind of baffled. He's unsure about what to do. Like I said, he just said they just showed up and he's kind of treated them like cats. So what research he has is just simply from them living with him and hunting off of his tower. He doesn't really know too much other than that about the way they behave, about the way they live. So it may be something that you would have to talk with the rest of your party members about, maybe coming up with a solution. But it seems as if the baby griffins are responding to you both well. I'm not going to bother making you guys make the 12 checks or whatever. I mean,
Okay.
I am totally cool with that. You guys are fine.
Yay.
You guys have bonded with them well. I mean, they're still babies, and it's going to take them a long time to grow up. One thing you will have to think about also is how you're going to feed them. It's probably going to take, while they're babies, at least one thing of rations a day to keep them well fed. As they get bigger, though, that amount is going to increase.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it could get quite expensive to feed them as they grow up. So those are just some things I wanted to let you know in this time frame.
Callista's more than prepared to like wild shape and go hunting for them. Like she's 100% committed, especially for animals. Like that's not even a thought for her. Like she's not even that concerned.
Oh, cool. That would be a good solution.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So, you guys see Bryn Shander. And you can see it from atop of the Cloud Castle. As the Cloud Castle starts to come to a halt, you can see that you guys are in the far north. You just went through what's considered, over top of what's considered the spine of the world, which is basically this very vast mountain range. For those of you in the United States, think of the Rocky Mountains. Basically your biggest mountain range in all of Fate.
Hey, that goes to Canada too.
That goes to Canada too. You got it.
Especially Vancouver. Yep, we got those Rocky Mountains up in ours.
Mountains. I'm not sure. JJ, do you guys have do you guys have any very large mountain ranges? To compare it to.
Nah, not really.
Not really. I didn't know for sure because I'm not 100% familiar with the
It's like the plateau, only big and cool.
Big and cool, yeah. So you guys make your way through the spine of the world. It's very cold, bitter cold. You can see nothing but a lot of snow and mountains all around you guys. Bryn Shander is actually placed on top of what looks like a rather more of a low hill that's surrounded by these snowy valleys. It's a settlement that is part of what's collectively called, and Mulfin would probably know this probably a little bit more because of all his studies in his books and things like that. Callista, you may know a little bit about this, but it's collectively there's these small villages up here called the 10 Towns, and Bryn Shander is basically the largest of them. It's, like I said, it's frigid. And you can see that this town is on top of just a hill south of this very large mountain that you can actually see. It's miles away, but you guys can see it in the distance. It's kind of like in The Hobbit, whenever they're getting close to the Misty Mountain, how you can see this huge mountain off in the distance. And around Bryn Shander is basically this barren, snowy hillside. It's kind of wide open, free of all of the trees and other things that would hinder sight and everything. Makes it a perfect position for defense against any attacking creatures or armies, because they basically have the high ground. And there is a huge stone wall that surrounds all of Bryn Shander. And you guys can see these billowing smoke clouds of all of these chimneys and open fires that are going on, just trying to keep the people warm. You guys notice as the as the cloud tower comes to a halt, Moby, you notice that the familiar spiral staircase that you had climbed up to begin this journey to Bryn Shander has lowered itself back down. And it kind of disappears down towards the ground in front of Bryn Shander, in the bottom of one of the valleys that surround it. Zephyros kind of looks at all of you. And he's, well, we finally arrived. It's Bryn Shander.
The time went so quickly. I have a single tear in the corner of my eye.
That's awesome, Lachlan. Give yourself inspiration. Well, I must say I'm going to miss all of you, but it is my duty, and I remember that the extraplanar entities told me that I was to keep my dealings minimal with the ones that would fix the ordning. I don't want to overstep my bounds.
You know, I hope we get to meet these extraplanar entities one day. They sound like good people. If they are people.
It does sound like somebody we need to have a conversation with, Moby. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, it might be possible one day. Once the ordning has been fixed, I think there'd be a possibility.
After this ordning is fixed, can we also sit down and have another one of those meals again? That's delicious.
Oh, absolutely, my friend. Absolutely.
I'll be looking forward to it.
I'm sure.
Thank you for taking us all this way as well.
Oh,
I hope it wasn't too far out of your way.
Oh, not at all. I shall return to the Moonshale Isles, where I will continue my research, and just kind of hover around like I normally do out there, contacting the extraplanar entities when I have any questions. Yes.
Yeah, say hello to them from us.
Oh, I will most definitely do that. I'm sure they'll be interested to hear how you are doing against all of these odds that are against you right now.
What odds, pray tell, are against us? I thought we were fixing something. We have heard no speak of odds against us.
You're going right in. If you're going face first into fixing the ordning, you're going to be challenged by many giant lords who want and desire power.
Great.
I wasn't prepared for this when I left home.
Listen, I don't even have
You
a
could have told us sooner.
Well, you didn't ask.
I think if our lives were at stake, you could have mentioned something, at least.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel you have nothing to fear, for you have allies like myself and other good aligned giants who will work side by side with you. You also have the support of the extraplanar entities.
Oh, that's a big relief.
That's what,
Changes everything.
how do we
Where-
contact these entities if
Yeah.
we are in need of their assistance?
Oh, I told you I'm so worried about your well-being, young Muffin.
How,
Why must you keep on aggravating me with this? Oh, my goodness.
Zephyros?
You know what? I'm going
How-
to miss the rest of you, but I may not miss this one.
I
When you
like
get
this
to be
guy.
my age, you will learn your place.
Zephyros, how do we contact you if we need another ride or if we need to? I know Diana's gonna want to see the babies again fairly soon, so how should we contact you?
Well, it may not be possible to contact me for quite some time, but there are other means. Other means of travel, of course.
Where will we find you then?
Well, like I said, I must go to the Moonshale House to do some more research and contact more of these extraplanar entities. Maybe you can look to the Griffins. Maybe they will have some answers. Maybe you can find someone who can, I don't know, educate you on how to train them. Or, I don't know, even train them yourselves. Maybe you can find someone in Bryn Shander who can help.
Do I know where he said he's going?
Go ahead and make a survival check. It'd probably be with disadvantage for this one. You're not 100% sure, but you've heard rumors of these islands that are located miles and miles and miles off of the Sword Coast. But you're not exactly
Like
sure.
an island?
It's a group of islands, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They are actually out of range on this actual Storm King's Thunder map, but they are included on the Sword Coast Adventurers Guide map, I believe. But they're pretty far out there.
Out of character, are we taking the babies with us? Because Diana's gonna throw a fit if we leave without them.
It's
Like I don't know what the plan is.
I'm
'Cause she's not-
flexible.
how large is a baby griffin?
It's not
like
they're not-
medium?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a baby griffin is probably like the size of
A dog?
a full size, probably like a full size cat, probably.
Oh, so they're only.
Yeah, you can fit in your hands. Yeah.
Alright,
So I could fit
Michael.
two in an extra planar
God.
bag of holding.
No.
You could if you only
10
if you
minutes
keep
at a
them there.
time.
Yeah, 10 minutes at a time, or they'll suffocate.
Yeah.
How long before these things are actually
120
useful, I
days.
guess.
120 days?
About
Or less than that now.
anywhere from 100 to 120 days, they'll be able to fly.
Oh god, so that's what? That's another 90 days.
We could take
80
part-time
days.
jobs in Bryn Shander, you know?
I don't. I mean, I know Diana really wants to take them, but I don't know if they're going to survive. And I'm worried about that.
I'll protect them with my life.
You know, Diana will be doing everything in her power to keep.
And you
these
know
things.
Diana's gonna kill all of us if we don't.
We'll all be on healing embargo.
Well, first, Michael? Is this a new day? I'm assuming.
Oh yes, yeah. This is the 26th day. You guys have
Okay.
actually known each other now for an entire month.
Wow.
Most
Good.
most of this was on top of this tower.
Yeah, some of us have known Zephyros almost as much as each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Mulfin's just gonna look at the group. If we're taking them, we better go get them. I can
Yep.
put them in the bag and take off running if somebody can deal with the parents. Or I can try to deal with the parents and somebody else can grab the children.
I mean, I'm sure Mannix would like a new playmate. He doesn't really like the Raven.
I
That's
think me and
hanging out on my
Diana should
shoulder.
take them since they're most comfortable with me and Diana.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
to just, like, if you're saying to distract them, I'm like, I don't think
What
me
is
and
this
Diana should be
roll?
doing the distracting.
Well,
That was a roll to see how many of them were actually present.
Ooh.
And at this point in time, the father is the only one that's present.
Okay.
well, I have a wonderful idea then. Shall we go upstairs?
Care to explain before we go upstairs?
I'll wait down here.
How do we
will
get up
go
there?
upstairs. You two will take the children. I will keep the father busy until we are further enough away that it is safe.
Oh, we're
Okay, well, don't-
separating babies from their parents. I don't like
Don't
this.
hurt the father.
On Lachlan's honor.
Did you just say
Honor.
Lachlan's honor?
No, you must be mishearing me. Come on, let us go.
You're trying to make me nervous,
Josh,
Matthew.
Josh says, casually discussing kidnapping.
Casually discussing kidnapping.
I,
in the chat.
I know. I'm
Yep.
not oh, I feel horrible
That's
for being
awesome.
like secondhand doing
It's an
this.
adoption in process.
Kidnapping children.
For those of
They're
you just
tearing
tuning in
families
tonight to
apart.
Storm King's Thunder, we are contemplating kidnapping right now.
I really don't think it's a contemplation at this point. I think it's
It's
going to
not.
happen.
It's gonna
Not
happen.
with Diana.
Planning. It's
No.
strategizing at this point.
You know, Zephyros is fine with you guys taking them. It's just he's not 100% sure he has the permission to do that. So,
Right.
If I could
Okay.
offer a word of advice, I don't think the best way to go about it is to deceive the parent of these griffins.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll make it worse in the long run because this thing's gonna come looking for them.
What if we make it think they're dead?
Oh, that's horrible. No, no.
What? Could have worked.
Can anyone talk to beasts or animals or something?
The thing is they're not beasts. I've tried. I've tried many times talking to them, and they're not considered beasts.
Callisto, what are they? Do they speak a language or do they understand languages?
I
They
think they're
understand
market.
languages, and I think they understand Common and Orin, right? I would know that from
Michael, would
talking to
my raven
Zephyros.
be able to converse with them?
they are well. Go ahead. All of you make. Go ahead. All of you make nature checks. If you're contemplating this, go ahead and make a nature check.
Would you say my raven would be able to communicate with these creatures?
I'm not 100%
God.
sure, and neither are you. Callista.
Of course.
They speak my language. They speak Gnomish.
Callista, these, from what you gather, these griffins probably wouldn't be able to understand any of the languages that any of you know. You're not even sure they would understand anything other than their own squawks and squeals. And they are considered, Callista, with that role, a monstrosity.
Yeah, monstrosity. Yep.
A monster, if you will.
I mean, if you want to try to have your raven,
I just don't feel right about being involved in the kidnapping of young griffin hatchlings.
I understand.
I mean, if there's a way to communicate with the parents, I mean, I know you tried, but look, I'll send the raven up and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I still think we should just fake the death, but whatever you guys want to do.
Okay.
We're gonna spend all session planning an elaborate griffin heist.
Griffin heist.
That's what
it.
this is.
We won't even make it to Bryn Shander. We'll be sitting here debating.
The Griffin heist. That's the title of the episode right there.
Griffin Heist
So-
2017.
So Moby, your raven lands on your shoulder. He's kind of looking at you with that familiar look that you're used to getting all of a sudden from this creature, and he looks at you. So now you want me to go and communicate with this beast upstairs, and you want me to communicate and allow it to take its children. Is that what I'm overhearing in this conversation?
Not to take its children. I want to make sure it knows what's been going on, and we could explain to it.
And what are the benefits? What are the
these two
benefits?
people.
What are the benefits for this creature giving up its children, Moby?
Oh, it doesn't benefit me in any way. If you want to, I'm saying this all out loud. But I mean, if you want me to speak to Diana and
Diana's definitely
Callista
saying,
about
"I'm
it.
its new mom."
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
doesn't have
you
a
guys,
mom,
you
it's
got
gonna have
Moby
two
is
moms.
communicating with a squawking raven that's on his shoulder.
I
Yeah.
mean, I
Moby,
don't want
you
to do
okay?
this. Hold on 1 second. I don't want to do this. But she keeps us alive. I can't cross her.
Oh, I see.
They both keep
I
us
see.
alive.
So you're having me go up and communicate with this beast out of fear for your life. I see. It's-
I mean, to put it plainly, yes.
I picture Diana just sort of glaring at him right now because she knows she, but has no idea what the other half of the conversation is saying.
That's it. All right. So what do you want me to say, Moby? I mean, hello. We're here to take your children, and you're supposed to be okay with that.
He's so sassy.
I mean, I wouldn't know what to say because I haven't thought through kidnapping a griffin. It's not my forte.
Fair enough, Moby. Fair enough. I could see that. It's got to be something beneficial for his children. I mean, you can't just take his children away from him without any benefits whatsoever.
What about visitation rights?
Visitation rights. The Raven just looks over at Callista, almost giving him like a tilted head as he looks at Callista. Looks over at Lachlan, kind of just shakes his head a little bit. Looks over at Mulfin and looks quizzical, and then looks back at Moby. Visitation rights. I don't see that working, Moby.
Neither do I. It was a long shot. I know.
Did you see how sharp their beaks are?
Yeah, I did. Look, I just want you to know that I'm not behind this plan in any sense of the word. I just want to make it a little bit better for him. I'm trying to help this griffin because I don't want it to just wake up and have its babies gone. I'm trying to do the right thing here. So if you could cut me a little slack and help me out.
And who said anything about knocking the father out?
Hold on,
Moby.
I'm in a conversation, Muffin.
Moby, they're going to be
Why
in
does this?
good hands.
What is with this man always interrupting our conversations? I tell you. Mulfin has no idea what he said.
Just staring at Moby.
I tell
What were
you,
you saying,
where did you
Percy?
find this bunch?
You can't pick family.
Nice.
They just happen.
Moby, if you don't have inspiration already, go ahead and take it.
Thank you.
All right, Moby.
Lachlan, would you like some raven stew for dinner this evening?
Sounds delicious.
Okay, I will go up there as long as you promise that man over there, that old short man will not eat me. My
He's
goodness.
barely got any teeth left in his mouth. He can't eat anything.
Moby, can you tell your raven that me and Diana will take very good care of them? They're going to be safe and well loved and taken care of.
Did you hear that?
He kind of looks around, looks back at Callista, tilts his head to the side a little bit.
I will provide for them like they were my own children.
Do you trust her, Moby?
With my life, yes. I do.
Do you trust her with the lives of young griffins?
If I trusted anyone with the life of a young griffin, it would be the two of them. Two of them.
Fair enough. Well, I will do my best. I shall return. Please wait patiently, and if things don't go well, I will see you tomorrow. And he starts
okay.
he starts to fly away, and he goes back up through the top story and heads up to the area.
As soon as
Hey,
it's gone, I'm
Moby.
like bent over. Oh god, this is gonna be horrible. Oh god.
Hey, Moby, I heard you saying you trusted the lives of baby griffins with 2 people. Is that Molfen and me?
Yes?
Thanks, I appreciate the vote of confidence.
No problem.
That's
I don't even need to insight check that.
awesome.
I don't think Molfen does either.
Hang on. Do it anyway.
Do it anyway. Oh, look at that.
Oh, he's good.
Man, I get +7 on deception checks. My goodness.
I couldn't match it even if I crit.
I crit.
Oh.
Good thing we had that talk, Moby. It's nice to know you're finally starting to trust me.
Oh, I trust you, Molfen. I trust you.
Awesome. Some time passes. Seconds become minutes. Starts to drag out a little bit. Moby, you're starting to have a couple droplets of sweat start to run down your forehead.
Yeah.
From
I'm
your...
pacing. I'm pacing on the cloud. Back and forth.
And all of a sudden, almost seems like it takes forever. The raven flutters back down quickly as he comes down through the second story opening and lands on your shoulder and looks at you. I feel that arrangements are made.
Oh, what does that mean?
Things should be good. The young ones can go with the what old man over there calls Team Too Tall.
Don't tell me you're picking up him. Oh god.
The Raven is learning Molfinisms. This is wonderful.
I think things should be fine. Yeah, things should be great.
I'm gonna inside check that 50 Raven.
Sure, you can insight check the Raven. You don't see any reason why you don't feel like he's lying to you. You think that everything is good.
Give him a look, like furrowing my brow at him. Okay.
I just simply convinced him that the lives of his younglings were better off in the hands of Diana and Callista now. Now that their mother has been killed, it would be hard for him to take on the role of the father figure to both of these young griffins. He agreed. Simple.
All right. Diana, Callista,
Yeah?
head on up.
Thank you, Moby.
Look back at the Raven. You better be telling the truth.
Me and Diana go up with Zephyros?
Sure. Yeah. Zephyros takes you up, and you notice that the father has. He's kind of, as you guys come up, you see him kind of with his front claws. He's kind of like standing on the ledge of the giant window that's up there in the area. He just kind of casts a gaze towards both of you, and his wings kind of.
I give him a bow.
He kind of just stares at you as you bow to him, and his wings just kind of outstretch, and he flies out of the area window and just kind of glides out into the cold winter air. And the two babies are just kind of sitting there nestled into a nest of leaves and sticks and kind of really kind of bundled close together because it's very cold, especially up on the area where there's pretty much open space all around, these giant windows all around. The snowy air is kind of just billowing in through the heavy winds and things like that. And they're just kind of sitting there.
Hey, we're gonna take them.
All right.
Give them
You-
cuddles.
You got the cuddly little baby griffins are now in your possession, both Diana
Question.
and Callista. Yes.
Do we know if they're male or female?
That is a good question. Go ahead and roll a D4. Callista, yours is a female. And roll another D4. And Diana's is a male.
Aww.
So you have one of each.
It's a breeding pair.
Oh no. No. No.
Oh, hilarious.
They're gonna
Hilarious.
come out as pure cats if that happens.
You're gonna get like a tug of griffins. Like,
That's funny. Okay. So Zephyros slowly takes Diana and Callista back down to the first story and sets you down with your new griffin friends that you have in tow. Kind of looks at you all and says, well, Bryn Shander awaits. I bid you all farewell, but be careful.
Thank you.
I'm already backing out of the tower as he said that. Like, yeah.
Yep, we'll be careful. Thank you, Zephyros.
You may want to
Through the curtain.
You may want to watch that first step there and bundle up. Keep yourself warm now.
Touch my hair. Yep, I think I'll be warm.
You notice your hair is starting to almost feel like it's like freezing a little bit as it's kind of getting hard at the top of your head.
Oh god, Mannix is gonna be stuck in there.
I'm picking up pace as I get out to the cold, walking to the edge of the cloud.
Okay.
I'm following. I'm there.
Gramps, hurry up!
Hey, Zephyros looks right at Mulf and he's like, "You. Now you be careful. If you go meddling too
Matt, you're
far."
muted.
You were muted. I didn't hear any of that.
But as he starts talking, he's walking right at the two gnomes. He's going to turn around. Well, goodbye. See you later.
Did you just drop off the edge?
Gramps!
Yep.
As Morphin goes, I jump as well.
I'm going into
I
a
got my
salon.
blanket out, like, you know, and stuff, like parachute, and I'm like,
Just diving off. All right. Callista, are you taking the more traditional approach and walking down the steps?
I'm
or-
taking the stairs.
Taking
We
the
got
stairs.
babies. We're taking the stairs.
I need to learn how to fly.
Give me a couple levels.
So, Mulfin and Moby, as you're basically, are you both just, what spells are you using and what is happening?
None. We're just gonna jump
Nothing
off the
yet.
next guy.
I think we're just falling. I'm
I'm
trying to stay reasonably equidistant between Molten and Moby. Kind of using my, like aerodynamics.
Oh, gotcha. So it's like one of those, that's those planned group skydives where you guys are all.
Yeah, we're
Exactly.
free falling. Yep.
Mulfin's beard is just like flowing behind him. It's
But
flapping.
Wolfen's trying to do like half Marilyn Monroe, holding the robes down because no pants.
Thank God I'm above.
Molten and Marilyn Monroe is something that never had to be.
That's hilarious. You guys hear Zephyros cast thaumaturgy from the cloud above. So you can hear barely that crazy old gnome as you guys are flying down. And the cloud gets smaller and smaller as you guys are falling. Callista and Diana taking the more traditional route and going down the spiraling staircase. You're approaching the ground. Quickly, Lachlan.
I'm feather falling everybody as we get within a couple, 100 feet.
Alright. So, and now all of a sudden, as Lachlan snaps his fingers, you guys are slowly, all of a sudden, fluttering softly towards the ground.
I do a cartwheel like I'm in the space station, like or like a roll.
So the zero gravity rolls and stuff.
Yep. What?
It takes you guys kind of hit the ground, and it takes you a few minutes. You guys are watching as you guys can see these little dots of Callista and Diana slowly making their way down the stairs as they're approaching. You guys are standing in about what would be 6 to 8 inches of snow.
Yeah, I'm like stretching. I'm like, oh, it's good to get out of there. Oh my.
It's
My feet on the ground.
it's definitely a new experience after those 26 days of being huddled in that small area. Well, small giant area, which is just weird. It's a weird thing to say.
With the blanket, I'm just gonna toss it over myself and get myself rugged up.
Molfin puts the stilts on.
That's gonna be so odd.
Molfin is strapping on the stilts in the snow.
Now I'm no longer in the snow. It's still cold. I still need some pants.
And after some time passes, Callista and Diana end up catching up to you as soon as Molfin finishes up strapping on his stilts. And you guys are... Moby's finishing up his stretching as he's feeling much more comfortable. Lachlan is kind of kissing the ground.
Yeah.
Eating the yellow snow.
Beware the yellow snow.
I'm sorry, I was a little frightened that Lachlan wasn't going to catch me.
I was gonna hold out a little longer, get a thrill, but I got a little scared near the end. Not gonna lie.
Just wanted to...
That was great. I love that.
Shout out to Camera Poetry 97. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Camera.
It's good to see you. We're kind of the same. Some of us are in the same boat, newish to D&D. We wanted to play, so we decided to play on Roll20. So that's what we're doing. All right. So you guys are standing at the bottom of one of these hillsides that surround the town of Bryn Shander. You can see these very large, probably 30-foot high walls that surround a circular wall that surrounds the whole top of the hillside where Bryn Shander is located. Large village, to say the least, but not as big as Daggerford, where you guys had originally started from. So not like a big city. The structures are rather small, pretty much for the reason of being able to keep the places warm. It'd be very difficult to keep all the bigger buildings warm, especially in this frigid temperatures right in here between the spine of the world and the Icewind Dale, which are very, very frigid temperatures even all year round, let alone in the wintertime, which is what it is now. If you got the equivalent of mid-January in your mind, that's pretty much what it is here for probably mid-January in Canada, where Christie is located, probably. Probably pretty cold.
Yeah.
JJ, you're just wrong.
And so what would you guys like to do at this point? As you look up towards the city, you guys see that there is a gate with 2 towers beside it, and the gate doors are actually wide open. It seems
I say we approach.
Should we wait, for the others, or do you guys want to head into the city?
Well,
No, we're here.
Yeah, they
I
caught
think everyone's here.
Yeah, they caught up to you, Lachlan.
Well, I could go in. I am definitely in need of some heavier clothing for this weather.
I'm practically at the gate already.
I say we find some shelter. That would be nice. I am not equipped for this kind of cold at the moment.
Well, if you'd like, I can put some grease in your hair and light it on fire. That would keep you warm, would it not?
Yeah, but I don't know if Mannix would appreciate being burnt alive, so no.
Well, if you put Mannix in your trousers, then he wouldn't get burnt when I light your hair.
Like, I don't know what you won't get up to in your spare time, Molfen,
A
but
Richard
that's not
Gere thing.
what happens.
Oh, good stuff. Lachlan, as you approach the main gate, this is what's considered the southwest gate of the town of Bryn Shander. These two large hinged wooden gates are open, and they open inside towards the town, made of this really, just nicely carved and rich lumber that is, thick lumber that somebody would have to. I mean, this place is built to defend a little bit up here on this hillside. You notice that it's inside. You can hear that it's a pretty hustling and bustling place. You can hear the sounds of laughter, of talking. It's exactly that, Lachlan. You're so excited to actually hear other people's voices now, other than the
Civilization.
civilization.
Tears are streaming down my cheeks right now.
You see that there are guards, not only on the ground by the gates, but there are also some stationed 30 feet up in the towers on either side. None of them look. They're all holding spears, but they all look rather relaxed. All dressed in a lot of heavy furs. Because this place is just really frigid. Most of them are just kind of watching the people as they pass in and out of the gate, just kind of looking and inspecting, not really patting anybody down or anything like that, but just making sure that, who's coming in and out, just kind of keeping tabs. But that's
Are people paying to get in? Does
no.
it look like?
No, you don't see anybody paying to get in, but there are a lot of different like carriages and things being pulled in. You notice there's even a couple carriages that are actually being pulled by tame polar bears that are being brought in. A lot of different things located on the caravans that are coming in. If you guys want to, you can make an intelligence check as you're kind of approaching the southwest gates.
I want to nudge Callista and say, "Hey, can you turn into one of those?"
Probably soon. If I see it, I can do
The
it.
intelligence is not loving me tonight.
Honestly, it was an easy roll, just because of everything that's going on around you guys. You guys can kind of make the assumption that Bryn Shander is a very big merchant town. Basically, the way the high road leads up to these roads kind of into the mountains, it leads for trade routes from the south to come up to Bryn Shander. Bryn Shander is kind of like the peak of civilization when it comes to the north. So basically, this is as far north as a lot of these roads lead. After Bryn Shander, the road travel gets very, very rough, and it's very, very difficult, especially as you get up to what's called the Raygad Glacier, which is pretty much void of a lot of civilization other than some roaming tribes of barbarians that are usually not really friendly. So that's why Bryn Shander has this defensive system set up close to that region. But you can notice that individuals from the south come up to trade for different things that they've got here with the local, I guess more the cultural things from Bryn Shander. As Lachlan, as you're kind of walking through the gates, you notice that there are some people that have it's called scrimshaw, with basically like bone, whale bone, and things like that they get here in Bryn Shander. A lot of it's carved very delicately. You can see that there are things like knives and stuff that have these really scrimshaw, cool bone handles and things like that are just something that would only be something that you would find in this region. Smells of fish. Lots of smells of fish that are just found in the rivers that come off of the mountains here in Bryn Shander. So a lot of your fishing industry is really bustling in Bryn Shander. And as you walk in, there is a... let me double check this. I want to make sure I describe this correctly. As you walk in, you see a female shield dwarf that's standing just inside the gates. She has she has red hair, and the red hair is kind of braided in a way that kind of almost wraps around the front of her. It's kind of like braided in the front. And as you guys are walking in, you hear her start to kind of shout towards all the people that are walking in towards the gate, because you guys aren't the only ones walking in. There's a couple of traders and things following. She starts to talk. Well met, travelers. Keep your fingers and extremities under wraps. Test or bite them off. Mind your tempers, and you'll be most welcome here. Brought goods to sell? The market lies straight ahead. Craving a warm drink? May I recommend a drop of Firebeard's brandy, sold only at Kelvin's Comfort, located on your right as you enter the market square. And it almost like you got the sense that this is something that she says over and over again to people as they come in, and it's like really almost over-prepared statement that she's got as you guys walk in.
Well, I was thinking I could do with a beverage, but perhaps at another location. Well, yes, that's what I was thinking, but if it's being recommended at the entrance, it could be, one of those...
Sir.
A tourist trap. There you go.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I'm trying.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm trying to switch you over maps. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, this is
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, this is cool.
Wow.
Okay. So this is Bryn Shander.
Holy mother of large cities.
Is this
It's-
on, like, a mountain top? Or, like, side kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or is this, like, just still flat land?
Basically, the center of the town is the marketplace, and it is the highest risen part of this area. Like, imagine this is a hill, and the middle of the town is on the highest part, the peak of the hill, and then it just kind of drops down from the side on all sides. And I'm gonna shift ping where you guys are walking in. You guys are walking in right here at the southwest gate. Did it work?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a portrait of this woman who. See if I can. There, that's what she looks like as you walk in. She's got these a dwarf. Curly red hair that kind of braids around, and she's got these kind of bright shining green eyes, wearing some heavy furs like everyone else, trying to keep warm and in the frigid temperatures.
Perhaps we should ask her where to get a cloak like that. 'Cause I am freezing.
Just
I'd
probably
assume the marketplace.
You guys also do notice that she is armed.
one would hope she has arms.
I was going to say that too, but I didn't want to.
Eventually, we're going to come in one Friday night. Michael bought a symbol.
Yeah.
We won't know about it. We'll just hear.
I'm gonna get like one of those little drums and cymbal that like hang around your neck, and I'm just gonna wear it right there as like an amulet.
Like a dong.
I'll have these little drumsticks ready, and I'll just go, you know.
That'd be great.
I'll be ready. I'll be ready. Okay.
Shall we head to the market then and have Lachlan spend some of that money we found?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to the market.
Okay.
I'm ducking down a side street away from the party.
Are you sneaking off?
Yeah, stealthing off.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check for us.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Can any
So,
of
yeah.
you even contest that?
I don't even think I could. No. The highest I can get is 24.
Damn you and your expertise.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check. I don't think even Poochwa could, but I'll check my familiar.
My goodness.
I know his perception is better than mine.
What a roll.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Callista, as you're headed towards the market, like you turn around to see what Moby and Mulfin are doing behind you, and Lachlan is just gone. Like you.
That's a red flag. That's an instant red flag. Instant red flag. She knows he's up to something, so she's just gonna keep that noted.
And as you guys continue to walk up this main street that seems to go from that southwest gate all the way up, you guys can see the market up at the top of the hill. Basically a bustling community up here of several people, caravans. It looks like a lot of canvas, sturdy canvas tents that are set up that have been tied down with heavy ropes to secure them from the heavy winds on top of this hill, Bryn Shander. You guys, the smell of fish and fire smoke just kind of fills the air as you guys walk towards, passing all these buildings that a lot of them are made out of timber. Some of them are made, a few of them are made out of stone, but a lot of them have these very steep pitched roofs on them with very large chimneys that come out of the top. Pitches that, you know, they have these roofs so that way when it snows heavily that the snow doesn't sit on top of the roof and cave the whole house in. So very carefully, a lot of the buildings all tentatively look the same size, same shape, built the same way as you guys move your way through the town. As you guys are heading to the market, Lachlan, what exactly would you be doing as you are sneaking into these other streets and making your way through the town? Did you get me, Lachlan?
Oh, that was me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if there's any thieves' cant written anywhere that would guide me toward like a particularly shady tavern.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
All right. Don't be.
You actually do. You find some markings in an alleyway that have. It almost seems like they were kind of put in there hastily, but you do find some markings, and the place that you're kind of getting a vibe of that kind of lead you to an inn or an area that would be kind of shady would be a place called Gelden Stag's Rest.
Going for it.
And it's actually located, and actually, yeah, with the thieves' cant, it shows you the location. I'm gonna put it on the map. Is B14, which is over to the eastern side of the.
Like walking across Manhattan.
And Lachlan, seeing those markings, you go ahead and you start heading in that direction, I believe, correct? Is that where you're headed? You want to
Yes.
head on that way? Okay.
Yeah.
The rest of you eventually approach the center of town, the main marketplace. And this place is just bustling. People are kind of bumping into you. A lot of people wearing heavy furs and going around. A lot of people carrying around different merchandise, buckets, baskets, and things of fish all around as people are trading and things seem to be a pretty good day in Bryn Shander for the people that are engaged in all this shading or trading. What would you guys like to do here?
I want to look for like an armor place that I can sell the armor I have.
Okay. Okay. Moby, what would you be kind of looking for here?
A nice heavy overcoat.
Nice heavy overcoat.
Yeah, something to keep me warm.
Okay. And Molfin, anything in particular you're looking for?
Ooh,
It would
and Tinkerer's
probably-
tools. I'll do that with Molten
Fair
as
enough.
well.
Yeah. So Molfen would be looking for following Callista to where they sell, as he picked up some pointers from Lachlan and is going to go get himself some nice leather clothing. And then after that, looking for the Tinkerer's tools and to see if there's anyone selling any sort of, arcane things like scrolls, little arcane knickknack type things.
Okay. Callista, as you're kind of moving around the market square, searching for a place, you don't really see much that in when it comes to armor. It looks like what you can find is kind of like the hard leathers, dried leathers, and things like that, like leather armor. Is pretty prominent, but you don't find anything like. It doesn't seem to be much along the lines as like a smithy or anything like that here in Bryn Shander. But you have a feeling you're confident that you could approach some of these places that sell just clothing and things, and they would probably purchase it from you.
Okay. Then I will do that.
Okay. Basically, what armor is it that you're trying to sell?
It's the chainmail armor and helmet.
Oh, you're trying to sell the chainmail and the helmet. Okay. Oh. Okay. Chainmail and helmet. Let me.
I need money to take care of these babies.
And to buy your old man gnome armor.
Gotta take care of your pets.
Yeah.
Oh right. Well, it's kind of funny as you pull out the chainmail and the helm, and you're standing in front of one of the places. A dwarf next to you is like, "Ugh, what is that?"
Just some armor I've acquired over the travels.
Ooh.
Looking to get rid of it. I can't make much use of it.
Oh, that looks mighty nice.
Quite good quality.
Do you mind if I take a closer look?
Can I inside check him?
Sure.
See if he's gonna run off with it.
Absolutely.
Get mauled by a bear.
Oh yeah. Careful what you do, buddy.
Yeah, you're pretty sure he's being honest with you. He just wants to check it out.
Okay, I'll let him check it out, but I'm watching him.
He holds up the chainmail in front of him. He's going, and he holds up in front of him and looks at you. Does it look like it'll fit?
Looks about the right size.
Then he looks at the helm and you know what these any of these markings mean in this helm?
Do I?
Go ahead and make a probably an intelligence with disadvantage.
Okay. Probably not.
Or I'm following her around. Would I be able to join it?
Yeah, if you guys are with her.
Yeah, because I was looking for armor if that's where she was going. And second point, I don't know if this would qualify because I don't know if it's considered magical or not. But I've got Artificer's Lord. Does that give me anything on this specific item or no?
Yeah. You know what, Callista? Go ahead and is your history check any better than a +2 with intelligence?
No.
Okay, we'll just keep the 8 then. Go ahead and you can make a history check, Matthew. So
I can guarantee at least a 12. So I have a +11.
and you get a 13.
I got a 13. Wow, my brain is not working tonight. Apparently,
you're pretty sure that the markings on it are some kind of Dwarven clan markings, but you're not sure of the specifics. Do you understand Dwarven, the language?
no.
Okay.
Let me double check now that I say no. I'm pretty sure I don't. I think I've got Giant and Primordial. Yeah, no Dwarven.
Callista, do you understand Dwarven?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Nope. Not even close.
All right.
My extras aren't even close.
Gotcha.
Infernal and Draconic.
Oh yeah. Or you're on the other end of the spectrum there.
Yeah, way off. Way
Gotcha.
off.
Yeah. So you guys aren't 100% sure, and he kind of looks at you and says, "Will you be willing to sell them to me?"
For a fair price.
Well, how about I give you, let's say, 45 gold pieces for both?
How about a solid 60 for both?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Oh, God. I'm not great at those. Oh.
Hmm. He looks pondering. He's really staring this helm down. I think I can fork over 60. And he gets his pouch out and he starts getting the gold pieces out, and he holds out his hand to give them towards you.
Okay. I'll take it and I'll give him both.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
he throws the chainmail over his shoulder, and he got the helm, and he's just like smiling at it, and he turns around and walks away.
It was magical.
Probably. I don't care. I'm not going to use it.
Okay, and you guys are kind of standing next to a merchant that has a bunch of different furs and coats and things set out on the this large wooden table in front of you. And
Do they seem to have any leather armor?
This place does. It doesn't. To your just visual inspection, Molfin, you don't see. It's not the best of quality, but you can definitely tell that it's handmade. Maybe from, just some really nice handmade stuff from Bryn Shander here. You're just not really sure how good of a quality it is.
Callista,
Yes.
but you are probably more experienced in the wearing of leather than I am myself.
Yes.
Does it look like this vendor would be of proper repute for me to attempt to purchase a set for myself?
If I look around, do I see, like, the quality differences?
Hey, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate it. Welcome to the adventure.
Welcome to the asylum.
Yeah. Hold on tight. What was that question that you asked me? It was a difference.
If I look around at the leathers, do I see, like, quality differences?
You do see minor differences between each set. If you want to, you can make an investigation check as you're kind of checking these out.
Sure.
While Callista's doing this,
I can
like,
imagine
I'm peeking
Callista
over, like,
in a
the
store,
front
just
table.
like looking at these things, like holding them up. Like,
I still have my hood up, though, because, like, I don't know how the city feels about drows, so I'm just like,
yeah, gotcha.
I'm hiding.
Yeah.
I'm like peeking over the front table, like looking at all the coats. Oh wow, there's so many.
Oh, you see one that's like it's also like a polar bear that's been, well, they've made a coat out of it. So
Beautiful. Oh, is it small enough for him? Probably not. It's a polar bear.
Like wearing your dad's coat.
it would probably drag in the snow a little bit as he's walking around.
Sorry, I could be like a
And is that a
northern
coat
king
or
or
leather
something.
armor?
Callista, you do see that you do pick out one that you think is probably the best made out of this. There's not many. There's maybe like 4 or 5 kind of sitting here. You do find one that looks like it's probably the best stitched up out of the group.
Okay.
And you kind of feel like Molfin could probably do that. He may need to hem it a little bit, but it would probably work.
Yeah. Maybe this one. It's a little bit big on you, but I think we could work with it. think you're muted.
Unfortunately, my ungrateful great-great-grandnephew likes me to use this magical button that I need to push when I wish to speak with people. So, Molfin will take the leather and go speak with the shopkeep and see what he can do.
Oh yeah, we the shopkeep kind of basically lets you know that it's 10. This leather armor is 10 gold pieces to purchase.
Molfin will hold up and say, "Well, I do have these wonderful shoes that make people taller. Would you be willing to accept these in lieu of some coin and a trade towards this?"
He kind of looks at these shoes that you hold up. He's kind of puzzled as he looks towards them. What are these?
Well, and Molfin will take a couple minutes, strap them on, and demonstrate. Say, would you consider, say, 6 gold pieces and these lovely height-enhancing footwear?
Do me a favor, Molfin, and make an acrobatics check for us.
Oh no.
Because the ground is covered with kind of like a little mist of snow. It's kind of like a plowed area.
Oh no.
Oh, and as you are walking around, Molfin, you basically almost do a backflip off of these things and land right on the small of your back in front of the table. And he looks at you and he's just like, "No, why would I want those?"
I am not from this area. The ground is a little slipperier than I was expecting.
Listen, I've got other customers right now. It's 10 gold pieces, please.
Fine, give me them.
That's so good.
I thought you wanted to be tall, Molfin.
I'm old and cheap.
Fair point.
Old and cheap.
Noted.
Awesome. Noted. Awesome. So, Moby, you are looking for an overcoat and some tinker's tools, and you actually find a couple sets of tools that are actually carved from some type of elaborate bone of maybe a whale or walrus tusks. That look pretty sweet. One of them itself even has carved in the side of it this kind of tribal-looking raven design.
Oh, well, I have to get that. Yeah.
I can't remember how much Tinker's Tools are. Let's go see if we can find them.
This is very, like, anti-PETA kind of stuff going on here. Skinning polar bears, ripping tusks off walruses.
Unfortunately, the price tag on these are pretty hefty. As you're checking them out, Moby, these are 65 gold pieces for these Tinker Tools that they have.
Ooh.
They are very, very
Oh,
nice
Lord.
looking, though.
Bring your cousin.
Where is Lachlan? He had all of that stuff we were going to sell.
Up to no good, probably.
Excuse me. How much for those bone-looking things down the front there?
Those 65 gold pieces for those. They're some of my finest work.
They look real nice.
They are really nice. Here, hold this one, and he holds it out. See how nicely balanced this is.
I don't really know what I'm holding.
It's kind of
Because
like
I'm not familiar with Tinker's tools.
it's some kind of thing that resembles a screwdriver.
Oh wow, what does this do?
Well, usually it's for doing minor repairs on different items, things like that. It's made from the best walrus bone that I could find. Even has these wonderful elaborate carvings that I put in there myself.
Yeah, I noticed that. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm a bit of a newcomer to the world of tools, so to speak. You got anything, beginner friendly back there?
Well, let me see. He looks back. He starts like rustling through this large, kind of looks like a portable chest that he brings around. And he's like kind of rustling around in it for a little bit. He pulls out this box and he kind of sets it in front of you and opens up the box, and there's basically these really basic looking different tools that you can see in the inside. Trying to get
Yeah,
this
pretty much. What I'm looking for is like Fisher Price, my first Tinker's tools.
Yeah, that's basically what he's getting out here. Probably goes into more detail in Xanathar's guide on what's in there, because they don't do it in the player's handbook. Here we go. Yeah. Speaking of Xanathar's Guide, everybody, we are doing a persuasion check live next week about Xanathar's Guide, and we're also going to be giving one away next week on Friday on Storm King's Thunder stream. So make sure you guys tune in next week. We'll be giving one of the Xanathar's Guide to Everything away as a giveaway. So you notice he opens it up, and inside you see like things like thread and needles, these little scraps of cloth, things like that. Something that kind of resembles the same tool that you saw made out of bone that kind of looks like a little screwdriver. These things that kind of resemble little hooks and things like that. This set doesn't look like it's flashy or anything. It's just kind of your standard thieves' tools. And he kind of looks at you. Well, these right here would be about 40 gold.
Thieves' tools or Tinker's tools?
Oh, Tinker's tools, excuse me.
Nice.
Yeah.
40 gold. Okay. Inside, this is killing me. I'll hand over the 40 gold.
So you kind of pay the man, and
Moby, where did you get that amount of money?
I don't know. It's been on me for a little bit.
Apparently, you and Lachlan have been getting up to more than I knew.
Well, I did have a job before we took out. I did work with the church. I mean, they did pay me for my services.
Yes, but you are working for a church. They are known for paying about as well as a library.
I do good work for them. They pay me well.
At about this time, Lachlan arrives at a. It seems like a relatively small establishment for an inn of such. But there's a sign out front that says Geldenstag's Rest. Smoke billowing from a large chimney. As you enter, to your surprise, it's fairly empty. Only a few people sitting around this large kind of great room that's not really furnished with too much. There's a few wooden tables, some standard wooden benches, a large chimney that a lot of the people that are there are kind of surrounded by. The other side, there's what it seems like a very small bar, and you can see a couple doors that seem to lead into these what you would assume are other private rooms that people can use to stay the night here in Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
Behind the counter, you see what looks to be an older, gray-haired woman, just kind of moving about rapidly, as she kind of walks with a little bit of almost like a little bit of a hunched over walk, as she's moving kind of around, kind of preparing things and moving things around, cleaning things quickly as you walk in.
I want to go up to the bar and ask for a drink.
Okay. You walk up to the bar, and this woman looks towards you and says, "Hey, what will you be having?"
What do you recommend? I'm a little thirsty.
Do me a favor, Lachlan. Roll me a D100.
What?
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Nice knowing you guys. I'm gonna get roofied.
Hercules.
See, a D100.
Oh, I was waiting for this chart to come out.
Oh no.
What chart is this?
28, huh? 28. Let me
This
see.
is the chart of ways to.
Oh
What is
no.
she
Just
gonna recommend?
I'm not even gonna look at the book. I'm not even gonna look at the
Just
book.
wait.
Oh my goodness.
Just wait for it.
Yeah, well, we've got something very special. We just got it in stock. Unfortunately, it is special. It's a little bit of a high-priced beverage. If you can,
How high is high priced?
well, let's see. One cup of this little doozy is going to cost you 10 gold pieces, my friend. But it's well worth it, especially in
I want to
these.
reach through my pockets and pull them out, kind of like empty with like a couple silver falling out.
Okay. I was like, what? Would you like to just try a little first?
Yeah, that couldn't hurt, right?
How about a half-price sample? Would a half-price sample be fine?
Well, I mean, I'm sure. Why not?
So,
Do
so
it.
she kind of starts meddling down below. It doesn't seem like she has like a kitchen space, so she doesn't really have a lot of cooking ways of cooking other than putting like stews over the fire and things like that. So she's just kind of like meddling around there. And I'm gonna apologize to everybody who are tuning in on Twitch. My internet is going crazy tonight, so we're dropping a lot of frames on Twitch, and I apologize to you guys in advance, those of you that are tuning in. So if you're getting glitchiness, I apologize. Internet. So all of a sudden, she pulls out this glass, this mug, if you will. It looks like a sitting down green dragon. And the tail is made as like a little handle. And the top of it is starting to just, this green foam mist is just like slowly rising off the top.
This looks a little different than a lot of the ales I've had.
And she sets it down in front of you and she's like, "Oh, we don't have much of this, but it'll definitely keep you warm in these frigid temperatures."
Just a heads up for you, Michael. Stumpy noticed in chat it only drops for a second, 10-ish minutes, and it picks right back up where we were. So
Okay, cool.
according to Stumpy, we're not losing much.
Okay, good.
This looks like it's gonna put hair in my chest, and I reach out, pick it up, take a hearty swig.
Oh my god.
Okay. I need you to
No.
make a Constitution saving throw for me. Lachlan, the magic number is 15. Oh, you got it right on the nose.
Giddy safe, man. Giddy safe.
Jeez.
You feel amazing. And like
I got Molly.
you just feel like you feel hyped. You feel like you've gained, like you feel like you just chugged a Red Bull. You feel outstanding, and mechanically speaking, you also you gain 10 temporary hit points right now.
I love this stuff.
um, isn't it wonderful? Is it great? I've seen some people who get really excited about it, and some people not take it so well.
What's this called?
Oh, this is called a Dragon's Poison Ale.
Dragon's poison.
Now, aren't you?
How can they call this poison? This is amazing.
Aren't-
How much for
aren't-
like a little cask? Just a little cask.
Oh, little cask. Oh, that'll cost you about 75 gold pieces.
You know what? I might have to hit the bank, but I think I'm gonna come back.
Oh, what brings you to Bryn Shander anyway?
Oh, just traveling. I'm kind of an adventurer. I go around, I solve problems,
Oh, so what kind of problems? We see lots of problems in Bryn Shander. So many people come in and out of here.
Goblins? I'm a bit of a goblin slayer. Kind of almost a hero, I would say.
Oh, goblins. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Some of the creatures that you find up here in Bryn Shander can be a little bit more dangerous than goblins, though.
Cut out, Michael. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, she basically just told you that there are more dangerous things than goblins in this
Great.
neck of the woods.
Danger. Listen, I was wondering if you had a little bit of information. I slide a gold coin down the bar.
Oh, she looks left and right, and she grabs the gold coin, and she's, so what kind of information are you after?
Do you know if anybody's in trouble around town? Like what kind of people would be held kind of, at the what kind of people would be held, I don't know how to put it nicely, up in the jail.
Oh, the jail. Yeah, Sheriff Markham, he has only a single cell here in Bryn Shander.
A single cell? You guys must be, this is a safe place, isn't it?
Yeah, with people come and go so quickly. Sometimes, if wrongdoing does happen, sometimes people can slip out without us knowing.
Oh, what a shame. But did you happen to know who they're holding these days, then?
Yes, I saw the lad. It wasn't long after he got picked up by the sheriff and taken in for, I guess, questioning. A lot of people were complaining that he was doing a lot of snooping around and meddling in their
Snooping.
business. Yes.
Snooping,
Yeah.
meddling, huh?
He was in here a couple of times, talking to different guests and having a few drinks.
I slip another gold coin. Anything you can tell me about him?
Yeah, he kind of looks like the normal type that would visit here. Dark,
Good people.
a dark cloak. He was always keeping his hood up, trying to prevent us from seeing his face.
Yeah, I know that is.
Nice. He didn't seem to be making very many friends here in Bryn Shander. I think he overstayed his welcome.
Doesn't sound like a terrible guy. Just sounds like a young lad that, maybe needs some guidance.
Yeah, maybe. But people around here in Bryn Shander don't like you meddling in their business very often.
Understandable. People deserve to live safely.
Yes. So, what is your business with this man?
Oh, I don't know. I was just kind of curious.
For some
I want to
reason,
see. I want to make sure that I can avoid trouble wherever I go. It's an important thing to me.
Well, one lesson can be learned from this individual is don't meddle too much in other people's business. And I think when he got caught and taken in, he was hiding near somebody's house, peeking into their windows. Very suspicious.
Whose house?
I can't remember, but I think it might have been what was his name? I think it might have been, as I turn the page. Sir Barak Nylef. That's his name.
Sir, a knight.
Yeah,
A
he's
lord.
yes. He was in here the other day. He was having a drink. He's looking for someone. I can't remember who. I didn't quite catch that name, but you know me. I always like to ask questions. It oftentimes pays off.
I think it's good to be curious in life, you know?
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Would you like another drink?
You know what? I want to go get a little gold and come back and get a little more of that dragon.
Well,
Amazing.
if you have any friends in town visiting with you, I have a little
Oh,
left.
I think my friends would love it.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Be careful out there. Stay warm.
I will. I want to bounce and start heading toward the market.
All right. So as you, Moby is finishing up putting on, what kind of overcoat would Moby have purchased?
Something that looks really warm. Like really warm.
So he bought fire.
So Moby, you're just kind of putting this nice thick, looks like wolf hide kind of that you're putting over top. You're kind of like a gray wolf or something like that as you're getting nice and comfy. Then all of a sudden you guys just notice Lachlan is just there.
Guys, where were you? Why did you run away from me?
Hey, how do I look? Does this look good on me? Does it suit?
Oh, that is dashing. Absolutely
All right.
dashing.
And where did you go?
How much for this one?
I would say the same to you, Callista. Where did you guys go?
We hadn't
been
even
looking
been
all over
10
for you.
feet
I've been
inside the
shouting.
gate and you were gone.
Really?
Where'd you go?
I've been looking all over for you. I've been shouting for you. I've been lost. I'm gonna be honest, I was a little scared.
Try again.
Just like that, huh? Just like that.
Just like that. That's how it's done. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Should have had that little whooping
Okay.
out.
Even with that,
Okay.
I was
Like a
going to
drone
ask if I could get in on
quality
that, but there is no point. I couldn't hit that roll with a crit.
Wow, amazing. Yeah. So.
Guys, have you found a good place to sell things?
We
We're
were
standing
looking
in a
for someone,
market.
but somebody ran off with all of our belongings. And
Who would do such a thing?
hurry up and sell them, boy.
All right, I have stuff I want to sell. What's the right way to handle this?
What we'll do is we will just. I was thinking about right now would probably be a really good time to take a break. We've
Yeah,
gone a little bit too long. So we're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break here
cool.
to get drinks and use the restroom. What we can do is before we come back to break, I can let you know basically what you get for all the things.
Awesome. Sounds
through the
good. Yeah,
market.
because I know there's nothing special.
Yeah, I have a couple more things.
Yeah, if they're just kind of mundane items, basically what you get is if you look in the player's handbook, basically you'll get basically half of the cost of whatever it is through the marketplace.
Oh,
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for the cheers. Thank you, Stumpy. My goodness, Stumpy, you've almost filled our bit goal for December. Thank you. You rock, Stumpy.
WBB.
Also, thank you to our new followers tonight and everybody who's tuning in. We're so glad that you're here. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with Storm King's Thunder episode 17 right here at Proficiency Bonus. We will see you guys in a few minutes. we are back live. Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 17 of Storm King's Thunder right here at Proficiency Bonus. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, sticking with us. And you'll notice that we got Zos back, as she is here, dressed as an elf, one of Santa's elves tonight, so it'll be great. So we've got Diana back, and right off to just kick things off, I want to remind you guys, next week we're having like a special season finale next week. And I know a lot of streams have already kind of shut down for the holidays, but we're still going strong. We're going to be streaming Friday. The following week, we'll take that week off, but we'll be streaming next week for our season finale. We'll be giving away a Xanathar's Guide to Everything next week, so make sure you guys tune in for a chance to win that. Diana and Callista are keeping their baby griffins warm in the midst of this cold, frigid town of Bryn Shander, in the middle of the marketplace. You guys notice an individual kind of giving you guys interesting looks and looking towards the kind of looking towards you guys and looking towards the griffins that you're holding. And
Towards what?
Towards the griffins.
Right. Okay.
And he kind of slowly approaches, and he's like, "Hey, hello. How are you?"
Fire hands immediately. Fire hands.
Like
Protective mama.
He kind of backs away. He's like, "Whoa! I just wanted to.
Can we help you?
Just wanted to ask you. Where did you get those? Does somebody have them here at the market?" And he starts looking all around.
None of your particular business. And this conversation is over, and I would like to walk away and very defensively hold my baby.
So what if I were to offer you a very large sum of gold for them?
You're talking to the wrong pair.
I hit him. I would like to hit him in the face. I would like to slap him.
Okay, make an attack roll.
I will.
Backhand or front
Diana!
hand?
You know what? We do closed fist in this house. We don't do no backhands.
We do close this in this house?
Are we all close enough to see this?
I'm beside Diana,
you
so
guys
I'm
are
like,
all, you guys are all kind of like standing as a group.
I'm scooping up my jaw.
I'm back
As-
for 5 minutes and I'm fighting people.
As this happens, as Molfin sees her winding up, I'm like to ready an action to cast a spell if this guy makes an aggressive move at her.
Gotcha.
can I try to grab Diana's shoulder and tell her to settle?
You can.
Or, I don't know.
Go ahead and make. I guess this would be probably a strength athletics. It's kind of like you're trying to grapple her almost. So
Okay,
use your
not
strength
gonna be great.
athletics.
What is my attack roll?
You're just basically making a strength attack.
Okay.
No,
Just
that's
roll
an
for
8.
strength?
That's an
that?
8. So you're
Do I just roll for strength?
Yeah, I think if you just click on your strength, it should roll the correct number.
yeah, you're fine. She can outdo.
Yeah, Callista tries to reach out while she's holding on to the other griffin. She tries to reach out and grab you, but she's just not quick enough. And you connect your fist square in the jaw of this individual. And you see him kind of slip back and fall backwards into a couple other people as he's just caught totally off guard. And he starts wiping at his mouth. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay."
I tell him, hey, you need to chill. You need to back off, not approach ladies in a creepy manner and try to bargain their children from them. You better chill out. I'm gonna pay. You're gonna pay. You better back up real quick. Don't test me.
He's like looking at the blood on his lip, and he's like, "You struck me," and he starts to like hurry off through the crowd, kind of pushing people out of the way as he's kind of rushing through.
There's only one jail cell in this town. Be careful. Did I say that out loud?
Why would you know that?
Oh, we know stuff.
Yeah, why would you know that?
I'm a knowledgeable guy.
Lachlan, I believe it's time we have a conversation.
Yeah, sure. About what?
I'm inciting Lachlan.
Oh,
I will
Lachlan,
also cite.
you're
How do
being
you know that,
incited.
Lachlan?
I heard people talking about it.
I have a plus
Mhm.
7.
MG, your video got frozen, and an awesome facial expression for what's happening right now. It's so good.
Yeah. So,
You guys will have to bear with me. Now my mouse isn't even working right. My goodness.
Yeah, I think.
How about this one,
Roll20's having
Lachlan?
their
Does
moments.
this one look good on me? Guys,
oh,
what are you doing? Why is everyone looking at him?
I punched someone apparently.
I'm sweating.
Perhaps this is a conversation best had a meal and a couple of.
Great idea, Gramps. Great idea.
We're gonna walk into the same bar. They're gonna be like, "Hey!" We're gonna be like, "Can I find?" Man, I wish there was a way to roll for like happenstance for us to walk into the same box before.
Does anyone know of an establishment we can go to?
Well, the lady back there said there was a tavern.
I'm literally wiping sweat off my forehead right now with all this going on.
Lachlan, are you feeling quite okay? You look a bit peakish.
Do you need some healing?
No.
Okay. Cuddle my griffin. I have to name him. I get to name him.
As you guys are standing in the marketplace, farther along through the crowds of people, it sounds like there's a little bit of commotion happening, as it looks like the crowd is starting to split, and it looks like maybe a group of people are walking in your direction, and the crowds are kind of parting as they're getting closer. You can't quite see them yet because there's just a lot of people, but you can sense that. You get that feeling like they're headed your way.
Did I get the guards called on us?
Probably.
I'm trying on coats. I had nothing to
I
do
hide.
this. I'm, I got my third coat on for the day. Oh, this is nice.
Oh man.
I'm following Lachlan's lead, and Molfin is going to sort of try to blend into these surroundings.
I as well. I'm hiding.
Question before I do anything: do they see us already?
You're not 100% sure. You don't think so. You can't see them.
Okay. Well then, I will cast. How do I want to do this? If me and Diana are holding the griffins, does that mean they go invisible if I go invisible?
Yeah, if you're holding the griffins, yeah, they'll be invisible.
I will make me and Diana invisible.
Wow.
So
That's third level.
the gnomes are all like hanging around, like going.
Well, I'm
Just,
trying to
like,
make
doing some
myself look like
shopping.
I'm inconspicuous in the crowd.
Oh no.
Bad at it.
And then after some very quick incantations and druidic hand
I'm out.
motions.
You-
Oh wow!
God damn, Lachlan.
Okay, to all of our viewers who have
30.
seen Lachlan for the last time, you can now find him on Monday nights in a Tomb of Annihilation
Yes.
stream.
We'll probably even find him on Insight Check.
Yeah, he is now in every stream except for ours. Yes. My goodness.
On Thursdays on Critical Role.
Yes.
Oh my god. Special guest spot.
So
No, he's not a guest. He just pops up.
Oh no, Moobot just attacked Stumpy.
Roll initiative, Stumpy. Against
I don't know.
Moobot.
Mubot got a surprise attack. I think Stumpy's down for the count.
Yeah, that's a massive bonus.
He's banned for 596 seconds.
596 seconds? That was like 10 minutes.
That's 10 minutes. Mubot,
Moobot's
don't mess around.
ruthless, man.
You'll be back, Stumpy.
How fair
You'll
lady.
be back.
How fair lady Moobot.
So you
I
Hashtag
want to
guys,
worship her as my new deity.
you guys completely vanished to everyone else, Diana and Callista. And Lachlan actually is, even though you guys are invisible, he's actually hidden better than you. Somehow.
Somehow.
Like Bugs Bunny behind a tree. Like
I don't know how that works, but it just does.
You know, like in cartoons when there's like the skinny pole and then the character's head pops out from it.
That's it. That's
that.
totally it. Yeah. he's like there's a thing full of fish, like a table that has a bunch of fish on it, and he's like left Shark from the Super Bowl halftime show. Like he's like, have you guys know what I'm talking about? So he's completely gone. Molfin and Moby are just kind of chilling around, and all of a sudden you guys see as it splits, there is a darker skinned man who walks up, a shaved head, kind of graying beard, being kind of pulled along by this guy who's bleeding from the mouth, this kind of stingy looking guy, kind of dragging him towards you. This man seems to be really decent shape. I mean, he looks like he's pretty stout. He's walking with a purpose. He looks like he's got a very stern look on his face. He looks like one of those types of people that never gets too up and never gets too down, kind of stays pretty even keel. And he's kind of approaching, not really in a hurry, but the guy's kind of dragging him along to get there. And people seem to be just kind of moving out of his way as he's walking towards you guys. And he gets to this. They get to the spot where all this kind of occurred, and the guy's like, "She was right here. It wasn't long ago. She was right here. She was standing right here. She did this to me. Did you see this? I've been physically abused."
Oh my god.
I'm holding on to Diana, and we're kind of just off to the side. But I'm holding her.
And he's kind of looking around, and he sees Moby's red hair, and he's like, "Wait a minute, hey, that one, you were with her, weren't you with her?" And they kind of both draw their attention to you, Moby.
Who are you talking about? I was just trying on coats over here. Do you like this one? Like, it looks nice, doesn't it? Is it worth the 2 gold, though? I don't know.
Now cut it out. You know that she was here. The one that hit me in the face. You saw her. She was talking with you.
Who? I'm honestly at a loss.
I swear they were right here. He's like looking all around, like looking over there. He looks over towards Molfin, who's stepping away. AFK right now. so we'll come back to him. But then you hear the taller gentleman. He kind of talks with a more stern voice. "I don't see anyone. It's just a giant waste of my time. There are more things that I could be doing right now." And the guy just kind of like looks around. He's kind of frantic. But I'm telling you, they were here. I mean, and he kind of just gets frustrated, and then the taller guy just like looks at him and says, "Well, if that will be all, I've got business to take care of. Carry on, go about your trade, wipe off your face, and get yourself fixed up."
I have a question. Am I only invisible for as long as Callista holds me?
No.
Okay, can I follow the attractive man?
But I am holding you, so if you want to go, you have to tell me that so I can let go of you.
Let me show you what he
I was
looks like.
gonna-
I may have. Let me see if I can show you what he looks like. He's definitely older. He's not
But I mean, like, rebound.
Age may not be a problem.
Where is his token?
Just rebound.
Sorry, I've got to search all of Bryn Shander to find his token. Ah, here he is.
I do have a
Yeah.
one-track mind. You.
He's older. Kind of reminds me of. He'll probably remind you guys of an actor when you see him.
Oh, he looks like Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what he looks like. He's got these large furs that he's wearing. Kind of has a very prominent stature to him. Seems like he's a pretty important individual.
I will follow him just for a little bit.
Okay.
Just to see where he works.
Where are you going?
Callista. That
What?
dude.
Okay. I feel like I missed
Why?
something really.
Callista.
Yeah, why?
I'm just gonna follow.
Okay.
It looks like a normal thing to do.
Is it? Is it though?
I mean, when you put it like, no.
That's so good.
Diana, why don't we just play it safe for now? We got our babies to take care of. We don't want to be getting into hot water with these two.
My baby needs a father. I'm trying to provide that as a good mom.
That's the name of this episode, I think. My baby.
My baby needs a father.
Can I vote for D&D Maury Povich, maybe?
Oh my god.
You're the daddy. You're the daddy.
The results are in. You are not the father.
JJ's Raven murdered the father.
Okay, so are you following Diana?
Just for a few blocks, just if I could find out where he worked.
Okay. I'm trying to find it on this. Oh, you know what? That's probably why. No, it's not there. Why is that not showing up anywhere? Let me double check. Actually, it's not very far away. You actually follow him, Diana. I'm going to shift ping to this building right here. I'm going to shift ping it again. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes.
You approach that. Look, it's one of the larger buildings here. And as you step in, or as you see him kind of walk in, it looks like it could be a town hall of some sort. It's a larger building.
My man is in politics.
You can make if you want to, you can make a perception check.
All right. Yep. Pull that up really quickly. Really snip, snap, diddly dack, patty whack, quickly. In the next 9 years, perchance. That'd be wonderful. Within 9 years. 9 years. Okay, there we go. Perception.
As he's kind of walking in, you sort of see him kind of like looking back towards the market just the slightest bit. You notice that he is wearing some type of badge.
My man.
So you can think he's some sort of deputy or something like that here in Bryn Shander.
Okay. Cool. I'll go back to the party now.
Okay.
I won't follow him inside or anything. That's taking it a little bit far. We don't want to do. God forbid I ever be extra.
Okay. And at this point, we're going to take a little bit of a flashback as we go back a few days prior to Callista just taking a break from bonding with the griffin, and Moby approaches Callista curiously.
Hey, how those babies going up there? They good?
Very good. They've been doing quite well, actually.
Oh, that's good to hear. They were lovely little things. Unfortunately,
They're quite
Mannix
cute.
just got a bit frightened by them.
Well, he's rather small comparatively.
Yeah, you know the whole, it's like a cat and a mouse kind of deal going on there.
Yeah, he's allowed to be a little scared. Hopefully I'll train them properly so he can cuddle with them if he wants to later.
That would be lovely, but I don't see that happening. He is really skittish. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you, I guess, for
Thank me.
coming along on this little trip with us, being our guide to Nightstone, and
Well,
you know,
that's what I was
practically
hired to do.
saving our lives. Yeah,
Well,
but you're not hired to be doing what you're doing now, and
that's for sure.
so I know there's no obligation for you to come along, and I just want to, thank you for that.
Honestly, I'm here on my own accord. Lachlan just seemed keen on helping, but I'm well aware of he's got ulterior motives going on.
Yeah, that's my fault. I brought him along. He was spending a little bit too much time in the city, getting up to no good. And I thought a trip could, knock some sense into him a little bit.
Unfortunately,
but I fear
I hate to break it to you,
yeah.
Moby, but I think it's just made things worse.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there.
So you're not.
I have faith in him. I do. I know that he'll be able to pick, right from wrong down the track, but it's something that he needs to learn on his own. I can't force him to do anything. No one can force him to do anything. It's all up to him.
Yep, I'm well aware.
And back at the caves, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for what happened to you when you were younger, and I know you don't probably want to talk about it or anything, but just know that like around us, you don't need to hide who you are. You can be you.
It's very surprising hearing coming from you. I was under the impression you weren't my biggest fan.
I mean, I don't agree with everything you do and how you handle certain things. Like mindless violence just isn't my thing, and I don't understand it, and I don't condone it. But I mean, sometimes it gets results. I'm not gonna lie. It does get results sometimes, but
I assure you,
it's not for me.
not mindless. When I peg an enemy, I will do everything in my power to kill it. And I still mean that. If we come across her again, I will not hesitate to kill her. And if you step in my way, I won't hesitate to move you out of my way.
It's the thing is, it's a life. Like
she made her
what
choices.
gives anyone the right to take a life like that?
It's called survival, Moby.
We're surviving. I mean,
Clearly.
She wasn't trying to hurt us. She's not the best character. I get that, but she's a person too.
That's not how I work. I'm used to working alone. I'm not used to having very verbal consciences speaking at me constantly. I have my own way of doing things, and it's just how I am.
I understand that, and I respect that. I mean, you've obviously had a hard upbringing. I can't even imagine what it would have been like for you. And yeah, I don't want to, make you talk about it or anything, but we're we're a group now, and we gotta think for the group and not just about our individual selves sometimes.
I acknowledge that. Like I said, I'm not used to prolonged company, and this is all very new for me as well. I was hired for a short-term contract, and it has turned much longer than any of us anticipated. So,
Oh yeah.
you're just gonna have to be patient with me because I don't see my attitude changing anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'll work on it. Gnomes aren't known for being patient.
I've noticed.
We kind of do our own thing. I mean, you'll have fun traveling with us, I hope. But yeah, just wanted to thank you quickly, looking out for us. It does mean a lot. And I'd appreciate if you'd keep an eye on Lachlan for me, because I can't be there all the time. But
Way ahead of you. I am very
Beautiful.
concerned about him. He definitely has ulterior motives going to Bryn Shander, so I think we should keep an eye on him when we get into town.
that's something for him to kind of work out on his own.
Good luck to them.
Actually, I do have a question for you, Moby. Since
Oh yeah, shoot, go for it.
we're being honest and all that. What's going on with you and the Raven? I know you were lying to me earlier back in the caves.
The Raven. Like I don't know myself. It's kind of tagged along. I haven't had a lot of time to really speak one-on-one with it. It doesn't seem very interested in conversing with me. I think I annoy it. I think I talk too much, and it gets fed up with me like really easily. But that's just who I am, and I just like to do that.
You seemed very troubled when it first all happened. You were very different for a few days. Are you sure there's nothing else you want to tell me?
Like, I think I'm okay for the moment. I mean, if anything comes up, though, I'd be more than happy to discuss it with you. But, I'm kind of figuring this out as I go along as well. I don't have any answers as of yet.
I'm sorry, Moby, I have to. I just want to make sure because when she rolled really high, and you were definitely lying when this all first happened. So
She never apologizes to Lachlan.
because Lachlan doesn't deserve an apology.
All right. How should I play this? Should I roll a deception? I don't know how I would do this because I'm not really lying. But
are you trying to persuade me that you're fine?
But you kind of said you were fine, so.
But you weren't fine when I first checked, and I just left it alone until now.
Michael, what would you say? I'll leave it up to you.
I'd have to go deception on this one.
All right. Just because I don't really want to talk about it, I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Alright, make it with advantage.
Oh my boy, you got it.
Whoa.
I believe you.
Nice.
Whoa.
I'm content that you are fine figuring it out on your own.
Well played advantage roll right there.
Yeah, that's when you need it. That's when you need it.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, I'm figuring out as I go along too. So, anyway, I just wanted to touch base because I know we haven't really had any time to talk. We've been busy, and it's hard to get a moment to
Right.
ourselves.
I have one more question, if you don't mind. It's kind of personal.
Oh yeah, okay.
Does my presence make you guys uncomfortable? And I drop my hood.
I mean, it's certainly not something that I'm used to, or I'm sure the other two aren't used to. But
Bad.
you know, you have the freedom to be yourself around us. We all do. We're very welcoming people, gnomes. You'll find that out. You know, you're perfect as you are. I mean, you don't need to hide that.
Thank you. And I put my hood back up.
Kind of give her a nod and just a little wave, and then just turn and begin to walk off.
And as we kind of fade back into Bryn Shander here, it's almost kind of like we fade into Callista's eye being totally covered in her hood as she kind of remembers this conversation. as she remembers this conversation and kind of nestles a little closely to the baby griffin as she's trying to keep her warm. What exactly would you guys like to do at this point?
Hey guys, does anybody have like some extra gold? I found the best ale.
You
Sorry,
had
I'm
said
pretty
you were
tight
going
at the
to-
moment.
You had said you were going to be selling some items and then divvying up some cash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, didn't you want to sell stuff, Lockwood?
Yeah, I want to fish around my pockets and see if I make anything off.
Seeing as you
Only-
brought us here, why don't you shout us around?
All the incense and perfume that I was trying to sell.
Oh, incense and perfume?
Yeah.
You got that from Hark's hoard, right?
Yeah, from his
Yeah.
hoard.
Yeah, let me check and see. I think it says.
It was like 3 of each.
Where are you? Good old Hark.
Hark.
I miss
Stumpy.
Hark didn't last very long. Oh yeah, here
I
we
was
go.
murdered viciously to be overthrown for evil matrimonial dictatorship. Matriarchy. I don't know why I said matrimony.
This is a marriage dictatorship. Everyone.
Well, yes, it is. She was related to you, so it must have been through marriage.
That's weird.
Stumpy looks away for a second.
He looks away for 1 minute and he's drawn back to Hark. We have just shattered Stumpy's heart again, because if I remember correctly, Stumpy was all
Get wrecked,
pro.
Stumpy.
Yeah, he was pro Hark. Stumpy was definitely pro Hark. That's weird. I thought it was in Hark's hoard, but it doesn't say it was in this book.
Yeah, it came from the notes that I had from 3 glass vials with.
Or was it Lady?
Must have been a Nightstone when you guys were kind of digging around. It might have been what was in maybe Gum's bag.
Oh.
Nope. No, this is specific to that because I've got the cloak wrote on it, the leather necklace with the carved oak leaf, the silver necklace with the silver unicorn head.
That's being given away. Right.
Yep. The lion's head box.
Yeah, I've got the holy symbol in here. I've got
Those, I think.
the bloodstained leather case containing a complete set of thieves' tools, a matching pair of salt and pepper shakers.
What? I don't think I ever got those.
Yeah,
No,
That's so cute.
and you also found the that was where you found the first cloak.
Yep.
Yeah. This is the only thing about like when you guys find stuff. It's like if you hold on to it for episodes and
Too
episodes and
long, it
episodes.
gets lost to the
It's-
annals of
it gets-
history.
Yeah, it's like, where did you find that, and how much was it worth?
This reminds me. Hey, Matt, did you need some vials? Because I could have handed them off to you if you wanted.
Oh, I can always.
I remembered you said something about it.
Yeah, when Gary Golddust or whatever his name was showing us the flinger.
Gary Glitter. Yep.
I know why you had it listed under
Kimbo.
hearts. I got it. Okay, you fetch. You said is it the incense?
It was 3 blocks of incense and 3 filled glass vials with embossed flowers and a spritzer.
The incense is worth each block is worth 5 gold pieces, so you can fetch that at the market. So that's 15.
How many gold pieces?
So
Oh, cool.
15 total.
Yeah.
Quickly, I just want to say, Nightshade Creations have successfully funded their Kickstarter for their little dice tower thing,
Is it still
and they
going on?
reached
Do you
all
like
3
goals?
stretch goals as well.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So if you actually bought that, you'd be getting a free set of dice, like a personal engravement or something like that, and like extra color options for your little dice tower. So good on
Awesome.
you, Nightshade Creations.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to receiving it.
Yeah, congratulations.
I want to pull out. I had found a glass bottle with a glimmering red liquid in, and I want to pull it out and say, I didn't want to sell this because it looked kind of interesting. What do you guys think this is?
Well, if you'd like me to take a look at it, I can
Hand it over.
definitely assist you.
Muffin, you've already seen one that looks exactly like this, so you know exactly what it is.
Does it do anything cool?
Well, I'll be honest, Lachlan, I'm not quite sure. Need a little while to test it, where I can sit down and I'll see what I can find out for it and slip it back to you.
Okay, let me know. Take your time. Yeah.
MG, let me fish around in here. If we don't
Yeah,
get
no
to it
rush.
tonight, we'll just say you sold it once I found out exactly where.
Cool.
where
And
it
whatever
is.
it is, I'll split it 5 ways.
Gotcha. Cool. All right.
And, Michael, that was a regular one, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you guys are.
I want
Are
to
we
find the
going to get a
tavern.
drink?
Yeah.
Okay. There are a couple of them in Bryn Shander. The one that you guys heard the dwarf talk about whenever you guys walked in was the place called. It was right here. Oh, Kelvin's Comfort.
Do you guys want the best ale ever, though?
Not really.
And she was making a big deal about this thing called Firebeard's Fire Brandy.
Oh, the dwarf was?
Yeah, as you guys were walking in, but it can only be found at Kelvin's Comfort. Which is
Firebeard's Fire Brandy is so last week. It's all about the dragon poison.
Which is actually the Kelvin's place Comfort is actually right around the corner right here.
Do
I
I see
wo- Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm kidding. Go ahead, Wolfen.
I still worry about going place shouted about. Door. It's a little convenient. Should we not walk around and see if we can find something else?
I'm up for a walk. I just bought this new coat. I'm more than willing to show it off.
So obsessed with the coat.
I could use some work breaking in these new leather breeches.
Well,
No,
I have
Kevin.
somebody to find, so I
Grams.
have any tavern that we can ask around.
Okay.
Then lead on, Callista. We shall follow your lead.
I will probably go to the one closest to us.
Which would be Kelvin's Comfort.
Kelvin.
Yeah.
As the de facto leader, of course Callista will be paying for the beverages.
So,
I can
Excellent
agree to that.
So, as Mulfin is sitting here trying to talk everybody into going to a different establishment, Callista just walks right by and goes right in the front door of Calvin's Comfort.
I follow.
And
I'm in.
you guys walk into Calvin's Comfort. Now, this place, Lachlan, completely different from the first place that you visited. This place is hustling and bustling inside. Lots of people. You have minstrels playing in the corner. This place is the upbeat place in town, probably the most popular place for everybody to hang out. And you can see that there is basically the common room is just kind of bedecked with dwarven craft of what you guys can tell is from listening to people is from battle hammer make. So really kind of quality things. And you can see that behind the bar there's all these like just bottles and bottles of liquor and just casks of all sorts of ales and all kinds of things. This place is kind of in Bryn Shander, this is probably the best establishment when it comes to inns and taverns. Lots of people all around, kind of hanging out, talking, having a drink.
I nudge Molfin and I gesture around like tourists.
Diana would like to go dancing.
Okay. Make a performance check for us.
Oh boy.
Yes!
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, give it, a good solid 18 years. It's gotta grow up and raise children before it loads.
I wanna approach.
Anyone want to help me?
Whoa!
Don't need it. You're good.
The Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You got that?
Yes.
I'm going to the bar.
Diana is she's listening to the sounds of the minstrels playing fiddles and different things in the corner, and she goes out there and she starts kind of dancing, and you start to a couple other people kind of come up and start dancing beside you, Diana, as you kind of like a couple young gentlemen are coming up there and they're kind of like dancing beside you as you kind of have this upbeat dance going on. Seems like you're lighting up the mood of the place even a little bit more than it already has been. So you're bringing some joy to the room as everybody's kind of starting to dance around. What would the rest of you guys be doing while Diana
I
is
wanted to
shaking her
talk
groove
to a
thing?
bartender or whoever's the leader of the owner.
Okay.
Molfin's trying to convince Lachlan to rob the place.
I didn't hear what.
He's trying to convince you to rob the place. That's what I caught it.
Oh, I'm peeking around.
Go ahead and make an investigation check, Lachlan, if you're peeking around.
All right, absolutely.
Does he get advantage with me trying to help him?
You think picking pockets would be fairly easy in here, just because of the amount of people. But as far as like robbing the place in general, it might be kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Callista, you approach the bar area, and you see that there is a male Shieldorf who is standing behind. He's got a couple kind of barmaids that are working for him. He's kind of working there, just kind of seems like the administrator of the group, kind of bossing people around, telling people what to do. He's got a very bright red beard that hangs down. And he's got these just kind of like just suspenders that are like really tight around his midsection. He's kind of just standing there, kind of just bossing people around as you approach.
Okay. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, hey.
Would you say you're fairly familiar with the locals that live here?
Yeah, I know most of them that live here, but people come and go so much.
Do you happen to know someone by the name of Markham Southwell?
Oh,
That's the name, right?
Markham Southwell, absolutely. Yes, I know Markham. He's the sheriff of Bryn Shander.
Oh, is he? Do you know where I could find
Aye.
him?
Oh, you could find him at the town hall. That's where his office is. He's got there's some stairs in the back that lead down to his office.
Thank you. And I'll give him a gold.
He kind of takes it and he kind of just bites it, and then slips it into a pocket. He's like, "Oh, just be warned. Sometimes he's out and about, so he spends probably about half of his time in his office, half the time roaming the streets, making sure things are safe, and then the up and up.
Of course, what time does he usually head back to his office? Do you know?
It's different. Different every day. He doesn't have a standard schedule or anything like that. He just moves about.
And he can be found anywhere.
Oh, just about.
Oh,
Keeping the guards about, keeping the deputies going, making sure things are safe in the marketplace.
what does he look like exactly? Is he wearing anything in particular I could spot?
No, he's usually wearing his furs and his badge.
Okay.
Very tall man. Carries a presence about himself.
Dark skinned?
He wouldn't happen to be dark skinned, would he?
Aye, he would. Have you seen him?
Oh no. I thought I saw him in the marketplace earlier. I only got a glimpse of him though. I didn't know that was him though.
That's probably him. Yeah, very stern-looking individual. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
As Diana slinks away from the webcam, there he is.
I come up beside Callista.
What?
Do you guys have any dragon poison?
Oh my god.
Dragon poison? Why would you want to drink that garbage? How about
It's the thing everybody's drinking.
How about having some of my special, my Flamebeard's Fire Brandy, huh? That's what you whistle.
Flamebeard's Fire Brandy?
Absolutely.
I'm looking for Gramps. Is he anywhere nearby?
I'm leaving. I'm slipping out. I'm heading to the town hall.
Molfen probably wouldn't be far behind you where he's trying to convince you to... He's running out of money and he's... Get it.
How much for Flamebeards for two Flamebeards Fire Brandies?
Well, I can part with it for about well, you can do 2 gold pieces a shot.
We'll be back.
Aye.
Give us 4.
All right, so you're putting the gold up on the
Yep.
in the mud. Okay.
They said 2 apiece.
He grabs them and kind of like gestures to one of the barmaids to take care. He kind of points to the top shelf as he's looking at it. We need 4 fighter bears. And he's really excited about it. And they bring 4 shots. They set them down right in front of you guys on the bar. Actually, 3 of you guys. I guess Moby would be there, and Diana's still on the dance floor, kind of
Breaking it down.
breaking it
Tearing
down
it
a
up.
little bit. Yeah, she's doing well.
Molfen will gesture at Moby. Care to join us?
I mean, it sounds good. Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay. So are you guys having a drink, huh?
I raise it up to cheers the other 2.
Cheers, my good man.
Okay.
Diana.
Is Diana is she taking a shot with them?
I think she's still dancing. I don't know.
Okay.
Diana's taking her in shots right
She's
now.
twerking right now.
Those
See,
of
and she's
you,
not around. Molfen will pop the second one too.
okay. Molf, I need everybody to make a Constitution save. Who's taking the shots? Molfen, you take 2.
No.
I'm gonna be drunk as a skunk.
Can handle my liquor.
1.
Oh.
Ooh, Moby.
Molin's got a lot of practice at this.
Come on, second one.
All right. So, Molfen, I need you to roll a d6 for me.
Uh-oh. This may have been a mistake. Come on, D6.
Oh, good. That's fantastic. Lachlan and Moby, this thing burns all the way down. Like, from the moment it hits your tongue, fire brandy is definitely a good name for it. Molfen, you take these 2 and you're just like, same thing, burn all the way down. But you feel the effects of it almost immediately as you start to get a little bit lightheaded. And you basically get flat out wasted of these 2. For the next 5 hours, you have disadvantage on any charisma related checks.
That happens to me a lot of Saturday nights.
Over the next, 10 minutes or so, Molfen is just going to be trying to explain to Lachlan why Zephyr should have let him talk to the extraplanar entities.
I know, totally.
And you guys, as you guys are having fun, you guys don't notice, but Callista, you have made your way towards the town hall, and as
Wait,
you,
can I go to the town hall?
yeah, you kind of see her disappear out while you're dancing. You kind of dance your way out behind her, and yeah, just like there's these 2 guys that are kind of like following you, dancing a little bit as you kind of just like.
No.
You wave to them as you walk out the door, and they just go, they're dancing, and then they just kind of go, oh. So then you start heading and kind of walking with Callista. You guys make your way into the town hall, and you notice as you go in, the town hall is a very large, it's basically this big open room. It looks as if they use it as kind of like a multi-purpose facility. It's kind of reserved for community feasts and gatherings. Sometimes for like the few holy days that they celebrate these notable events, they gather a lot of the members of the community here. Right now, the furniture is kind of like when you walk into a place and they got all the chairs stacked up and things like that. You see that it's kind of like in that kind of position right now, is no one's really utilizing it for that. And kind of in the back corner, you can see that there's these wooden steps that lead down. Kind of seems like a basement level.
I will go do there because that's where he told me to go.
Okay. As you guys start heading down the steps, you can hear talking coming from a closed door that's at the bottom of the stairs.
I will knock.
Okay. You hear just a minute, and you hear some footfalls, and the door opens, and standing in front of you is what looks like a simple guard, a male human, standing there, relatively dark hair. He just kind of stands there, looking at you guys. Can I help you?
I have an important message for Markham Southwell.
The sheriff. Yeah. Come on in. He's here. Come on in.
Thank you.
And he opens the door the rest of the way, and you guys walk in, and you see Markham is kind of sitting behind a large wooden desk. Looks like he's kind of scratching his head a little bit, looking at some parchment and things that are on his desk. And as you look around the room, you see that it's a really small office area. It's not very big. In the back of the office, you can see that there's a single jail cell with these large metal beams. And inside it, sitting in a corner, there's an individual who's got basically a hood pulled up over his head, and he's kind of just like nestled down in the corner. He's sitting down in the corner with his knees kind of pulled up. In front of the jail, there is a female guard just kind of standing there with a spear, just standing at the ready in front of the first gate. And other male guard just kind of comes out and sits in the wooden chair on the other side of Markham as he's kind of just sitting there. He looks up to you and he's like, "Can I help you?"
I have a message from Nightstone, but I was wondering if maybe you would prefer a more private quarters to discuss this.
We can. Should I have my guards leave, or would you like me to come?
Whatever you're most comfortable with.
He kind of looks to his guards and just gives them the nod, and they both kind of stand down and they leave the room, closing the door behind them. And you can hear the footfalls back up the wooden steps. And you guys are standing in the room there with him. And just, go ahead. What is it?
I am very sorry to bring this news, but your sister, Samil?
That is my sister. What about her?
She passed away about a month ago. There was an attack on Nightstone. Sounds like from giants of some sort. Her house was destroyed and she was inside at the time. There was nothing we could do. I'm very sorry.
He kind of slowly takes the parchment that he was holding and slowly kind of lowers it and sets it down on the table and stands up behind the chair, behind the desk that he was sitting at. Then kind of looks away from you both, takes a couple steps away from the desk. And you traveled all the way here to tell me this?
Her neighbor asked that I contact you as her relative. I figured someone ought to know about her. I figure it would be important to you to know.
Samil always was the kind that would do her own thing. She was always wanting to try something different, always trying to be, I don't know, always trying to find her niche in this terrible world. You can kind of sense like he's trying to fight tears a little bit, but he's not the type to cry. And he kind of looks over his shoulder and says, what are your names?
I'm Diane, and if you need any comfort in these trying times, I'm Solenjani.
My name is Callista.
Diana, Callista, thank you. Thank you for traveling all this way to bring me this news. I haven't seen
I'm sorry we couldn't get here sooner.
It's fair enough. I haven't seen my sister in a long time. But it pains me that she is gone, but I know she wouldn't want us to dwell on it for too long.
Of course. If you need anything else from us, we'll be in town for a while longer.
And then you hear from the jail cell behind you. Behind Markham, you hear. While you're at it, would you tell somebody to let me out of here? And Markham just kind of like glares over towards the jail cell.
Who is this? Who is this
Can I-
person?
Yeah, can I do a perception check on him?
Sure.
Diana is just kind of like, who are you?
Nope, I can't see shit.
I will
he's
also
he's
be-
wearing
I'm
he's
the
wearing.
Griffin's daddy.
He looks like me in a cloak.
Oh yeah, he's wearing
I know who he is. I've
Yeah.
seen him before. We're brother and sister.
Diana, you really haven't seen him before, but he's wearing this very dark leather armor. The boots that he has, the leather boots that he's wearing, are kind of laced up almost all the way up to his knees. He's wearing this very dark kind of shawl and cloak that he's got over top of his head, and he's got the hood pulled up so you can't even really see you can't see his face. Only when he talks, you kind of the hood moves just a little bit, slightest bit. And he kind of continues. He's like, they got no evidence against me. They have no reason to be holding me here. And you know it,
Marcus.
Markham. You know it.
I thought his name was Marcus. Markham, who is... Markham, who is this man? What is going on?
He kind of walks a couple steps towards you guys, almost like he's wanting to kind of almost gesture you guys kind of up the steps. And he's just like, just some scoundrel we picked up the other day, snooping around in other people's business.
What is he charged with exactly?
Well, to be honest, we've got him on some very minor charges right now. But I don't want to let him know that.
Okay.
Because I don't trust him.
What?
Fair enough. If you don't trust someone, you don't trust someone.
You can't just arrest and hold them in prison because you're suspicious. You need to have...
Well, he's got charges against him, albeit minor. Keeps the city safe if they have further suspicions.
That's not the way that justice should be working.
Minor charge is a minor charge.
What is his minor charge? What is the penalty?
Right now we've got minor trespassing, which we can hold him for that, but not for as long as we have. Mind you,
Does this man know what he's charged with?
he absolutely does.
May I I have a law degree. May I speak? I'm his lawyer.
Did you just say you have a law degree?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a deception check.
Oh my god.
I have a law degree. I have a degree in the law.
You just want to use your inspiration. You love your nat 20 too.
He looks at you and still kind of hush-hush. He's like, dear, you do not have a law degree.
Okay. Excuse me, did you call me dear?
Yes.
Somebody's fucking punched in the face.
What do you... if we're out of the room, what do you suspect him of doing? Or what are you suspicious of? Do you
Yeah.
think he's...
Maybe we can investigate.
That's why I'm holding him. I'm trying to find out. But he's been very quiet.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have a dilemma with how you're holding. I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way. Like, everyone deserves a second chance, and everyone deserves to be innocent until proven guilty, and it just bothers me. So, what are you specifically looking for to charge this man with? And maybe we could help find it or help exonerate him if he is just... What are we doing?
If you'd like, you can go in and interrogate him yourself, Miss Law Degree.
Okay. You know what? I will. I will.
Fair enough. And he kind of opens the door behind him and says,
I will escort her.
would you like me to
Supervise.
stand here in case anything goes wrong?
That won't be necessary. We're quite confident.
Fair enough.
This guy just
And
found
I-
out his sister died.
Oh my god. We just found his sister's dead, and now we're like, this is our person. No. Your sister is dead, by the way. Hello, I'm gonna flirt with you, and then just
and then interrogate your prisoner. This
Skills.
has gone exactly how we planned it.
Yep.
I would like to just look at this man.
Okay, as soon as Markham shut the door, he stands up super fast, rushes over towards the bar doors, and kind of grabs the bars like this. He's like, "You gotta let me out of here. You gotta get me out."
Okay. I'm gonna lean in close. I'm gonna be like, listen, you need to tell us exactly what is going on. And I don't crappy answer all of our questions. Tell us the truth. Truth, because your freedom depends. I'm gonna use persuasion, and I'm gonna use my nat 20.
Nice. He kind of he shakes his head and he's like, "Yeah, just whatever. Just get me out of here."
So you hold that you are completely free.
They don't have
That you-
anything. They don't have anything on me. They don't have any reason to be holding me this long. I've been in here for 4 days.
4 days.
And what were you doing when you were trespassing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was just walking around. Somebody was making a shout of commotion inside their building, and I just walked up to the window.
I turned to Callista. Callista, is he telling the truth?
I don't know, is he?
I don't
Let's find out.
bad at these things.
I don't have a sheet for this guy, so. Oh, he's lying every part of it.
Ooh.
not
Ooh, no.
not a bit of it.
Want to try again?
First, you guys can now you guys start to see him a little bit. You can see that he has has a bunch of scruff growing on. There's no way he could have been only in there for 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like he's been locked up there for quite a long time.
You to tell, because I'm just not.
No, you know what, Diana? He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to tell us the truth. Why don't we just leave him here? He's done. Let's go. He doesn't need our help, do you?
Good God, just let me out. They're
No, you're not. I don't let out liars. Sorry.
He just gets all mad. It's just if you let me out of here, and I'll tell you everything.
Nope, that's not how I work.
Tell us everything, and then we let you out of here.
Maybe.
For chance, if you haven't murdered someone or hurt someone.
I didn't murder anybody. I didn't kill anybody. I'm here looking for someone. I was sent here to look for someone. The Weevil.
Weevil.
The Weevil.
Evil.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
Weevil.
Evil.
And what can you tell us about Weevil?
The Weevil. He's a dwarf, you see, and he's kind of a wanted criminal. But my boss really needs to speak to him, so I was sent here to try to find him and bring him back.
Who's your boss? Who do you work for?
They call him the Sasquatch.
Okay.
You call him the Sasquatch. Does he smell really bad or something?
No, it's just his name. It's just because no one really sees him.
I'm looking around the bar for Team Tall.
You're not seeing him, Lachlan.
Team tall.
Guys,
You see
guys?
these two guys over in the corner that are trying to keep their spirits up, dancing, and they're just too depressed to continue.
Are they
Guys,
dancing
where's
with
that
each
girl
other?
that was twerking everywhere?
I was not. Diana is sexier than that.
Moby and Mulfin's pretty drunk. Moby, what?
Mulfin speaking in tongues. He's just randomly shuffling through languages.
Hey, barkeep, could we get this guy an apple juice or something? Take the edge off.
One too many firebeards. I can get him something.
Hearing Firebeard's Mulfin's waving, trying to get another one.
Diana!
He's got the 2 coins out.
So they're carrying on, and back in the prison, he basically gives you guys that information about he's working to try to find this person named the Weevil, because his boss needs to speak to him. But
Why?
Huh?
Nothing. Continue.
Okay, go ahead.
Why does your boss want to speak to the Weevil?
Well, for one, there's a very big price on his head. I think Mirabar is offering some 5,000 gold pieces for his return. But my boss wants to find him first because, well, he could be a huge asset.
Asset how?
Well, he's the thieving type. The kind that my boss is
Okay.
looking for.
And what
Where is your
exactly
boss right now?
He could be
He's not in
several
town, is he?
places. Oh no.
What is it that you do exactly?
Oh me, I'm a scout.
And how long have you been in this cell?
I've been here for quite a while.
What exactly do you scout for?
Say again. It cut off for some reason.
What organization do you scout for? What exactly is the alignment
Order.
of that organization?
Oh no, I scout for the Sasquatch. I mean, he's the one who pays me. I mean, I do his work. I report to him.
Do you know if there's someone above the Sasquatch?
I don't really know.
Or if the Sasquatch responds to anybody?
I don't really know. Like I said, I just work for him, do what he says. He pays me. I do the job.
Is he not telling us anything?
You think he's lying about the Sasquatch? And you think he's lying about not working for an organization?
Do flying snakes ring a bell to you?
Flying snakes?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of creepy, don't you think?
Quite. You sure you don't work for anybody? I feel like you're not telling me the truth about the Sasquatch there. And I feel like you're not telling me the truth about who you work for exactly. So, I'm not convinced to let you out yet.
Listen,
Listen. Don't.
my boss has a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. So do I.
I'm sure I could get you well paid if you just let me out of here.
You know what we have? We've got big. These, in fact, I have one of their little babies with me right here, and he's adorable. He would just love to eat your eyeball.
And I'm not close to us being harsh, but okay.
Diana's throwing down tonight. Go ahead and
This is
make.
parenting.
Go
Read
ahead
your
and
baby.
go to make a
Deception.
intimidation check.
Alrighty. Diana's gonna be so great at this one.
Whoa!
I'm gonna sick my newborn baby on you. Baby's gonna murder you. 'Cause that's what a good parent does with their newborn baby, and oh my god, you believe it's gonna happen.
He looks at the baby griffin, and he kind of some sweat starts to roll down his brow because he's not so concerned about the baby, but he knows he may have seen a griffin before, and he knows how vicious that they can be, especially the bigger ones. So he kind of takes a step back away from the bars. He's like, look, okay, look. I'm with the Zentrum.
I thought so.
They sent me here for the Weevil. I was minding my own business, searching the grounds for the Weevil, and Markham put me in here, and he will not let me out.
Does the name Zolkin ring any bell?
Zolkin, I know of him. Kind of a disturbing, disgusting person.
Yes, I got that impression. After.
You wouldn't happen to be friends with Kella, are you?
Kella.
Hmm.
Kella Darkhope.
The very one.
I wouldn't say we're friends. Maybe mere acquaintances.
Alright.
To you, it seems like he's being honest with that statement.
Okay.
Can I insight to the Zolkin?
Yeah, it seems like he's being honest with you.
Well, right. With his interim. Okay. Well.
Give us a moment. Give us a
Right.
moment. Outside with me
Just
for a
one
sec.
Huddle together.
Just huddle in the corner.
I'm going straight to Markham.
Okay. Markham is kind of upstairs talking with the other two guards. They're up there kind of like wondering why he left you two in that room with him alone. And then the one female guard is kind of like wondering, and he's just like, it'll be fine. She's got a law degree.
So Markham.
Oh, yes, Callista. What did you find out about our friend?
I think you need to double up on security. He's from the Zentrum.
Oh, a Zent, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've heard both good and bad things about their dealings.
Yeah,
Well-
we're here to tell you it's all bad.
It's all bad. We've had our fair share of run-ins with them, and they are not to be trusted, and he definitely does not need to be let out. So I'd suggest doubling up on guards on him.
From what I've heard, some of them are taking a stand against giants.
Maybe. But it sounds like he's up to no good at the moment. He's looking for the Weevil, something about working for a Sasquatch.
Does the name Weevil ring any bells?
Weevil. I can't say I've heard of it. What did he say? Why he was looking for the Weevil?
Just that his boss wanted him because he apparently is great at thievery or something.
And he's got a bounty on his head.
It sounds like he's in your city. You might want to find him before the Zentrum can put his skills to
Their
nefarious
use.
use.
Yeah.
That's sounds like a good idea, actually. Well, I will see about doubling up on security, but I'll be honest, we don't have too many spare guards to stand around and just kind of guard this one prisoner. We'll try our best, but...
That's just a feeling.
And for the love of God, don't leave anyone alone.
I can do that.
Like you did
Yeah.
with... Because he'll trick someone.
Oh, I knew he wouldn't trick you.
No, not even close.
Hire some griffins.
Yes, yes.
I hear the newborns like to eat eyes.
Nom 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 nom.
It's good for their nutrition.
Nutritional value right there. So you guys let Markham know that he starts kind of communicating these things to his 2 guards that he has there. He sends them kind of back down to guard the prisoner, and he kind of bids you farewell for now, and heads on out as if he's maybe going to see if there's some things he can start putting around and putting some feelers out there about this Weevil character that you guys were able to get information from. This individual, Lachlan Moby, Mulfin is starting to kind of get a little bit loud and cause a little bit of a ruckus in Kelvin's comfort, and the proprietor, Mr. Firebeard himself, Flamebeard, is, I don't know, kind of regretting giving him the Firebeard's brandy.
He's always like this.
But you guys notice too, as well, as you guys are kind of sitting up there at the bar trying to contain Mulfin a little bit from making too big of a fool out of himself, that there is a gentleman sitting at the bar, clad in some armor, large sword over his back. Sitting there, he kind of looks over to you. He's like, yeah, that Flamebeard's brandy is pretty strong. I heard a lot of
You
people.
should try the dragon's poison. It's way better.
Dragon's poison, you say?
Yeah.
Somebody wanted me to try something like that the other day. Can't remember where I was, though. He kind of just sits there and he's like sipping on an ale as you guys are sitting there. Mulfin's trying to stay in his stool.
Gramps, stay steady.
He looks over at this man looks over at Moby, and he's like, so what brings you to town?
Saying this to me?
Moby.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You cut out when you said the name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. What brings you here?
No, I'm just waiting for a new job. Just a caravan guard. Waiting on one of these caravans to leave so I can head on out and get some new employment to head on back south.
Well, just be careful while you're out there. I heard there's some stuff going on with giants, I believe.
I'm trying to hold Molten steady while this is going down.
Hearing Moby say giant, all of a sudden Mulfin starts shouting out in giant about more brandy.
It's like nobody really understands a word you're saying. You're just like mumbling out these weird sounds and things inside Kelvin's comfort. And as you're having yourself a laugh, go ahead and make yourself a dexterity saving throw, Mulfin.
Oh, let's see here. Dex. Wait. I clicked that, right?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
Mulfin, your stool does like this weird 360 on one of the legs, and you're able to like still manage to hold up your balance and without falling out of the stool as you're kind of like laughing hysterically while you're shouting out this. I want more brandy and giant as you're Lachlan's like struggling to like hold on to you, and at this point, Diana and Callista, you walk into Kelvin's comfort to see this interesting scene as the gnomes are sitting at the bar trying to maintain control of their of the older gnome, and at that point, we are going to go ahead and end our session here for tonight. 'Cause we are already at 11:37 on my time, and I wanted to go a little bit longer because I know I wanted to get Zos, get her some playing time in tonight. So, so basically, we'll say, Mulfin, that an hour has passed, and you're 5 of being in this. And
Jot that down to remember.
and when we get back next time, you'll just jot down that you've got about 4 hours left, unless you guys take like a rest or a long rest or something like that. Then you'll be able to
And that was disadvantage on charisma, right?
yeah, basically anything charisma based is disadvantaged.
Oh boy.
So I
No,
just
because
wanted
having
to...
a -1 isn't bad enough.
I just want to say thank you to all of you who tuned in tonight to watch episode 17. Tonight was a little bit of a bunch of role play that was going on as our party made their way into Bryn Shander to deliver this message to Markham Southwell about his sister. Also gaining a little bit of more information about what is going on with the prisoner they're holding, and some of the inner workings that are going on in Bryn Shander at this point in time. Couple flashbacks to some of Moby's conversations with several of the individuals who were traveling, and I think, Moby, you also wanted to speak to Diana as well. Was that something you wanted to do as well? Yeah, okay. We'll do that one on we'll have another flashback next time. So, D20 for tonight.
I was barely here. I don't know.
I think Mulpin getting wasted was pretty good.
I was going to say Lachlan's idea for the walking off the edge of the cloud.
Yeah.
Parachute down.
Movies, I think. Hilarious.
Oh, Stumpy is
Stumpy,
saying Molfin, please.
Stumpy, we're gonna go with yours, Mulfin. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna have the nat 20 for next time that we get together. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on the screen, just so.
He's gonna need it on any charisma check.
Thank you. Oh, this isn't getting wasted on a charisma check. You kidding? If I have to roll charisma, this is the annoying blackout drunk guy at the bar who's walking up. Hey, how you doing?
So, next time we get together, it will be our season finale on Friday. Next Friday, we will be giving away a copy of Xanathar's Guide to Everything during the break. So those of you that can be here, make sure that you're here. We're going to be doing that live on the stream. We're going to be advertising it the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Stumpy, for sticking with us. Those of you that are tuning in. Those of you who are watching us on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're watching us on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button. Subscribe to the channel as well if you wish. Does anybody have any special announcements or anything that we need to throw another shout out to?
Insight check on Monday mornings or afternoons.
Insight check on Monday mornings or afternoons. Check your that's Pacific time, right? Is it you guys run?
Yeah, Pacific time, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's like 1 p.m.
Yeah, 1 p.m. for those of us on the East Coast, but they're also on YouTube, is where I'm catching
YouTube
up
as well. Yeah, catch up on Insight Check. We're going to be we also have Tomb of Annihilation that we're running on Monday nights. You guys are, what's your schedule for the holidays, Matthew?
So we are running on this Monday, and then to Christmas Day being on a Monday, we're off on that.
Gotcha.
Actually, I forgot about New Year's Day being Monday as well, so I'm going to remember everyone on this Monday, whether or not they'll be around on New Year's Day. So we may be off 2 weeks in a row because of the holidays, but hopefully it's just going to be one.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, so make sure you guys tune in this Monday for some...
Ooh, and the 29th, I think it is, the week that you're having off, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
I may be running a one-shot for anyone that's interested. I don't know yet, but we'll figure it out. So
All right. Possible one shot from JJ. Just a fair warning. I won't even be able to like stream it or anything that night. So if you got somebody that can do the tech work for it, that'd be great.
Yep. I'll make MG do it.
Gotcha. Other than that, I think that is everything for tonight. I think at some point next week we are going to be doing a persuasion check live. We're going to be talking about some more detail into the Xanathar's Guide. So that way, those of you who can tune in on the season finale and get a chance to win a copy of it, so kind of build some excitement towards that. Other than that, I think we're good. I think everybody's getting really excited about the new campaign of Critical Role.
Yeah, January 11th.
Yeah, January 11th.
Yeah.
Throw out a shout out to that. And yeah, that's everything. So
Yay.
until next time that we meet again, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, everybody. And we will see you guys next time.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Have a good one.